time of 52.92, a new high school national record. Back to back to back to back state champions.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live at Memorial Stadium with a terrific crowd on hand for Class B championship football. The NSAA 2018 High School Football Championships on NET. We close out our two-day coverage in Class B with a battle of unbeatens at Scottsbluff at 12-0, taking on the Skutt Skyhawks, also at 12-0. And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney, along with former Husker Damon Benny. Great to have you with us one final time here at Memorial Stadium. We've crowned 5 state champions, and speaking of 5, it's another trip down here. Skutt here for the 5th time in 6 years, but they're going to face a Scottsbluff team that has been impressive with a very impressive running back in Mr. Busby.
Yeah, Chris can really run the rock, and I tell you what, you've got to be a really good player to be in our open and have it not start with a guy like Garrett Nelson. He can crease and go the distance. He's amassed 1,700 yards and 24 touchdowns. He is a score waiting to happen, and they'll get some help from Sebastian Harsh and company at the quarterback spot as well.
And for Skutt, a guy who kind of splashed on the scene this year, Jared Epperson.
Yeah, he really does it all for them. He's good after contact. He's got really good speed. When you have almost 2,100 yards and 34 touchdowns, you know he's got a nose for the pylon. As he goes, so goes the Skutt offense.
Well, roaming the sideline of this Class B showdown will be the third member of our broadcast crew. That's Sean Callahan. Let's go down to Sean.
Hey guys, you talk about the theme tonight for Omaha Skutt. It's kind of redemption in a lot of ways. This is a group of athletes that has felt defeat in Lincoln, not only in football, but in basketball. They've been runner-up the last 2 years here in football, losing last year to York, the year before to Elkhorn South, and also in basketball the last 2 years they've come down to Lincoln and were beat. So tonight it's really about finishing the job in Lincoln, a job that this group of athletes has not been able to do their last couple of years out here.
Yeah, thanks very much, Sean. There is the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, 12-0 in the season, as we said, 5th time in the final in the last 6 years, but just come up short these last couple of times. That's provided a bit of motivation for this team this year. We have a good crowd on hand, certainly for Scottsbluff and Skutt as well, as we get ready for this Class B state championship. It's the final of our 6 games over the last 2 days. It started yesterday morning at 10 a.m. right here at Memorial Stadium with Johnson Brock's win over Mullen. Creighton knocked off Burwell in Class D1. It was Burke last night in a great game over Grand Island. And then this morning it started at 10 a.m. with Centennial beating Norfolk 29-28 in overtime on a two-point conversion in overtime. And by the way, those first 4 games all were first-time champions for their school. They had never won a state football championship previously. Ord had an opportunity to do that as well and make it 5 for 5, but Aurora was just too much. A dominating performance, 49-7. And tonight, Scottsbluff looking for its first ever state championship against a Skutt squad that's been down here, as we said, 5 of the last 6 years, very familiar with the environment and looking to end that streak of losses, back-to-back runner-up finishes in 2016 and 2017. They did win it in 13 and 14, though, so not that far removed from a state title. I want to remind you that you can watch NET Sports anytime, anywhere. Just download the free NET Nebraska app. Watch college player profiles. We have full-length episodes from Big Red Wrap-Up. A lot of content on our app. Just search for NET Nebraska in the App Store or download free at netnebraska.org/apps. You see the faces on the crowd as the lights flicker here at Memorial Stadium, getting ready to introduce these 2 teams from Scottsbluff and Omaha. I love what they've done with the lights here at Memorial Stadium for night game. It adds a nice touch. We haven't had an opportunity to see much of that under the lights for the big boys that play here, but it's been great these last 2 evenings in Class A and tonight in Class B. Seeing the light show that goes on as they introduce these 2 teams.
An electric atmosphere. Skutt making their annual pilgrimage, and when you drive outside and you see the parking lot, there is a whole lot of 21 County represented from Scottsbluff.
You like that number?
That's a great number. Glad you brought that up. Team 21.
You handed it to me right here on a piece of paper. It says, please make the correlation between County 21 and number 20. I didn't know what it meant.
Not a lot of truth-telling going on at this moment.
Now I know. Time now for introductions of these two teams from Scottsbluff and Skutt Catholic. And for that, let's go to our public address announcer. Here is Rich Broderson.
And Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. And now for the team introductions of the players and coaches. We begin with the Bearcats of Scottsbluff High School. Number 2, Cameron Geary. Number 3, Josiah Violas. Number 4, Sebastian Harsh. Number 6, Christopher Busby. Number 12, Jacob Krull. Number 14, Paris Magdaleno. Number 23, Garrett Nelson. Number 30, Jack Darnell. Number 32, Keegan Reichschneider. Number 33, Luke Rohr. Number 39, Jeremiah Delzer. Number 50, Terrence Mokiak. Number 52, Brandon Larson. Number 58, Brayton Dyke. Number 64, Nathan Harms. Number 65, Kyler Couts. Number 72, Joseph McLeod. Number 73, Nick Mogg. The head coach for Scottsbluff High School, Joe Benson. And the rest of the Scottsbluff High School players and coaches.
Well, it looks like the Bearcats are ready to rock. Not sure if you caught that, Damon, but they got the guitar out there ready to go. Scottsbluff Bearcats 12-0 on the season. Joe Benson, the head coach, and here is their resume. 19th appearance in the postseason, 3rd time in a championship final, never a winner.
Yeah, sacked right there.
Joe Benson.
Tell you what, it's just, you caught me counting the number of juniors and this too deep. They've got some talent coming back.
Let's go back to Rich for the introductions of Skutt Catholic.
And now the introduction of the players and coaches of Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. Number 3, Grant Bertucci. Number 4, Garrett Epperson. Number 5, Alex Van Dyke. Number 7, Josh White. Number 10, Ryan McCormick. Number 1, Joey White. Number 18, Tyson Gordon. Number 22, Jacob Christian. Number 23, Jack Hassenstab. Number 24, Robbie Trout. Number 27, Gunnar Ott. Number 31, Max Brinker. Number 34, Tommy Legal. Number 43, Miles Hubert. Number 56, Kevin Quinn. Number 61, Ryan Emmanuel. Number 62, Sam Heffron. Number 66, Matthew Freet. Number 68, Alex Stumpf. Number 74, Blake Anderson. Number 75, Sam Holman. Number 87, DJ Skratsky. And the head coach for Omaha Skutt Catholic High School, Matt Turman. And the rest of the Skyhawks players and coaches.
There is Matt Turman, the head coach of the Skutt Skyhawks. Undefeated on the season. Wearing the All Blacks tonight here at Memorial Stadium. 18th appearance in the postseason, 7th in the championship finals, and 3-time state champs. They won it back-to-back in 13 and 14, and 3 times a runner-up. Finished runner-up back-to-back years in 16 and 17. Here is where these two teams come from. Scottsbluff out of the panhandle of the state. Good-looking team coming in to face the team from the other side of the state of Nebraska in Omaha, the Skutt Skyhawks. How did they get here? Well, Skutt with the win over Blair convincingly, and then knocked off Waverly by 20. Scottsbluff equally convincing in its wins over Roncalli, and a tough one against York, 27-20, a come-from-behind victory for the Bearcats. Back to Rich we go for the introduction of those singing our national anthem.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to the 2018 NSAA State Football Championship Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America as the Norris High School Quartet, under the direction of Mr. Wes Hansmeyer, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's the Norris High School Quartet under the direction of Mr. Wes Hansmeyer. We have a couple teams being directed by great quarterbacks when we come back on NET.
You are a Nebraska farmer. You defined tough. You pushed the limit. You gave it all you had. And when you got to the end of the field, you turned around and we were there behind you every step of the way. Our success is measured by our understanding of your farm. It is measured in your trust in us at Aurora Cooperative. Tougher together, Aurora and you.
Methodist College is small and the faculty is very involved. I feel that they care about how I'm doing.
Nebraska Methodist put clinical work right there with the schoolwork. I knew I was going to be helping patients even during school.
Since starting Nebraska Methodist College, I have learned a lot about myself. I love to learn, and I want to keep progressing and make an impact on patients.
Pride of place is more than just a saying. It's a movement, driven by a desire to achieve and the unwavering faith of the fans. Like a town and its team, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
FFA's vision is to build leaders, grow communities, and strengthen agriculture. The funds from Constellation will most likely be directed to one of those areas. But most importantly, people need to know that it is at the local level. It's helping local chapters.
Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Some of the best conditions we've had for the state football championships here tonight at Memorial Stadium. 46 degrees, clear skies, just a breeze at about 7 miles an hour, and a terrific night for Class B championship football. Here's a look at the officials. Jake Wolf is your referee. Andrew Fitzke is the umpire. Linesman is Pavich. Jeffers and Bryant is your back judge, and the red hat is Rick Stromer. The Bearcats of Scottsbluff had won the toss. They elected to defer. And so Skutt will take the ball. Skyhawks will be on offense to start. Back deep to return the kick for Skutt. Jacob Kristen and Jack Hassenstab. Not before Jerry Escamilla kicks it away. The left-footed Escamilla, and we're underway in Class B. That'll be taken and bobbled at about the 5-yard line. Not much of a return there. Brought down defensively by the Bearcats. Not much of a return there for
outstanding coverage. You could tell from the jump it was misjudged. You know, the lighting will take a little bit to get used to initially, but a swarm of Scottsbluff folks on the kickoff coverage.
Evan Hegman on that tackle. Here's a look at your impact players.
And McCormick maybe will split some time. They can get busy with some interchangeable parts at quarterback. But Skutt defensively, one of the few teams I've seen in Class B that may be good enough at the point of attack to hang in there for 4 quarters with a powerful offensive and defensive line from Omaha Skutt.
Well, you saw it there, the point of attack. They dominated. Epperson not touched until he was 6 yards down the field. A gain of 8 on first brings up 2nd down and 2.
This game, make no mistake about it, it won't be about deception or formation. This is power football.
Show the blitz ball on the ground. It's loose. Skutt was right back on top of it. It's going to bring up 3rd down after a loss of 2, 3rd and 4. So some early bobbles here for this Skyhawk football team.
And a game of this magnitude, it's easy for nerves to creep in. Skutt has to decide if they're chasing their own benchmark as state champions once upon a time, or the ghosts of runner-ups past. They've got both accomplishments under their belt. In Scottsbluff, don't kid yourself, when the 308 comes to the 402, it is always special emotionally.
3rd down and 4. The bobble again on the ground. Picked back up, and McCormick goes nowhere. Back-to-back bobbled snaps, and Skutt is 3 and out on their first drive.
Yeah, that 4 that you see in the single digits, that is Sebastian Harsh. He very well may be better defensively than offensively. He's one of the guys, when I watched film, that I wanted to see live. I talked to some people at the hotel. I said, I usually can get a good gauge on what correlates between live and film. If he's as good as advertised on film, we're in for a treat tonight. Number 4 can flat out play.
Sebastian Harsh, the quarterback and linebacker. Punt is blocked. Picked up out of the air by Scottsbluff, out inside the 10. First big break of the game goes to the Bearcats.
A lot of what we've seen on film, really good in the trenches. And watch, I don't think the block was on. That's just winning individual matchups.
Look at it again as we head to break. Right up the middle. Got a hand on it. Luke Rohrer with the block. Bearcats
roar of the crowd
in business.
Have you ever wondered what happens to soybeans after they're harvested? Every year, soybean farmers invest a portion of their soybean revenue to fund research, marketing, and promotion, which is called the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. 80% of the harvested soybeans are crushed into soybean meal that's used to feed poultry and livestock. The other 20% is made into soybean oil that's used for cooking oil and biodiesel. To learn more about the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, nebraskasoybeans.org.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and on the field. This statewide program recognizes academic excellence, leadership, and athletic achievement in over 20 high school sports and activities. We honor these exceptional students and all of the teachers, coaches, and parents who have mentored them. Together, we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Or getting up 6 a.m. every morning to have to go get the work in. We've earned this right now. Think about your brothers that fall and don't get to play. Like Joe, he didn't get to play last week. And he grinded back and he's here now. Think about Sam, who would give anything he could to play right now. Alex, Hort, any of them. Play for them. Put them on your back. Put your brothers on your back and let's go. Come together as one. And let's go get this. Let's go. Let's go get it! Hey, dominate every play. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3, dominate!
Mike linebacker Jeremiah Delzer delivering that pregame speech for these Bearcats, who have got the first big break of the game on the block by Luke Rohrer. Luke right up the middle, got a hand on it, picked out of the air by Diolis, and ball is spotted at the 6-yard line. First look at this Scottsbluff offense led by Sebastian Harsh, number 4.
You'll see a lot of power formations and power sets.
Give is to Busby, cuts back against the grain, puts the shoulder pad down, gains 3.
He's on you in a hurry because he's so decisive as a running back. Picks his spots and gets to where he's going. You won't see a lot of tippy-toeing around. Didn't appear to be a very big running back either, but he runs behind his pads.
Second down and goal to go for the Bearcats. Big early play here for both of these teams. Sebastian will keep it. Harsh leans forward down to about the 2. Gain of 1 will bring up 3rd down and goal to go.
Really good defensive front 7 for Omaha Skutt. Take a look at that number 27, Gunnar Odd. He plays all over the place. They call him a will. He moves around quite a bit. Usually whatever he hits stops moving.
Both of those inside linebackers for Skutt can dominate
Stop
play.
is another one to take a look at.
3rd down, goal to go. Harsh gives it off. Busby in there for the touchdown. Bearcats strike first.
Yeah, sudden change turned into 7 points. Special teams not so special. We have seen it this whole state tournament. Kicking game has been woeful for a lot of these teams coming into Lincoln. Scottsbluff taking advantage of it. Busby downhill. I think you'll be impressed watching him live if this is the first time you've seen him. When his shoulders are square, he runs heavier than he looks.
In there to try the extra point is Caleb Walker. Walker knocks it through. Scottsbluff on top here, 7-0, with less than 4 minutes gone in the opening quarter. 3 plays, 6 yards, and finished off by Busby.
Yeah, that's just blast right off the edge. That is power football. You get the pin down and the kick out, the nice little natural running crease.
Well, you wouldn't expect the early jitters from Skutt, but I think we saw that on their opening drive. A couple of fumbles, a block punt. They fumbled a snap. They fumbled the opening kickoff. They're going to try to settle in here on this second possession.
It's going to be a fine line because you want to relax and calm down and, you know, take those deep breaths. But there you can feel the energy from Scottsbluff. This is a hungry football team looking to prove that they're worthy of where they are right now.
16th year as the head coach for Matt Turman. 140 and 45. Nearly his entire career at Skutt. He spent 1 year at Valley as the head coach. He was an assistant at Millard West for 4 years. Has his team in these state finals for the 5th time in 6 years. Escamilla to boot it away. Bobbled again. Kristen will return it. He's got room up the middle. Little stutter step there. Out past the 25 to the 28-yard line on the return for Jacob Kristen.
Yeah, depth perception seems to be a little bit of a problem. They're kind of a low liner playing it out of the lights. Got to give himself a little more room.
There's the head coach of the Bearcats, Joe Benson, in his 12th season, career record of 84 and 38.
They play a lot like he looks. What you see is what you get.
Stocking cap and all, right?
It's all business, and so is this football team.
Ryan McCormick back under center. Epperson at the top of the eye. Give on the counter to Epperson. Spins out of that first tackle, but there to clean it up from the free safety is Gary. Cameron Gary with the tackle along with Reifschneider.
Yeah, Gary's going to have to play a big role. Epperson is one of those running backs. Again, he plays a lot bigger than he looks. He's well put together. He's very good after contact. And you don't have to guess his football speed. He can go.
2,059 yards on the season for Epperson. 32 touchdowns to go with it. He can be out the door in a hurry. Good downhill play on the tackle by Sebastian Harsh.
Yeah. Again, don't adjust your television monitor. That is their quarterback. I made the case coming over here, and I told you he's a lot more. He's a splash player defensively. Could be better defensively than he is offensively. Tough customer right there.
They're down in 2. They fake the give. Rolling left is McCormick. He's under some pressure. Does not get the edge, and McCormick driven out of bounds. And a 3 and out again for Skutt. An aggressive hit by Luke Rohrer. Back down in the field we go to Sean.
Guys, you already can notice just the intensity down here that Nebraska recruit Garrett Nelson plays with. I mean, you just see him flying around, the way he communicates on the field. He definitely has a presence for Scottsbluff out here. By the way, this will be his last high school athletic event, as Garrett Nelson will enroll early at Nebraska. Linebackers coach Barrett Rude as well as Javon DeWitt, both on the sidelines watching their future player here tonight at Memorial Stadium.
He is a big, strong customer. He is intensity personified. Saw his coming out party at Friday Night Lights a couple of years ago in Lincoln. And I said, who's the young buck? Is he just a sophomore?
He does have a motor. 6'3", 245, great size.
It's actually the day portion of Nebraska's camp. Stuck around for Friday Night Lights. He got in a full day.
So back on offense for Scottsbluff. Harsh in the shotgun. To his left is Chris Busby. Back to pass over the middle. Just overshoots his intended receiver. Teolis.
They'll show you a little bit of that vertical passing game out of those 3-by-1 sets to keep you honest. But we'll ultimately come back to what they do. It is power, it is off tackle, it is counter. Very little guesswork with this unit. As we see them back in a power set.
Inside handoff. We gain on second down. We'll bring up a third down and about 6 yards. On the carry by Jacob Krull. Van Dyke from that middle linebacker spot with the tackle there. Cruel with the carry. A gain of 4 yards, and it is 3rd and 6.
It's a very active linebacking core for Omaha Skutt. They play well within the confines of this defense behind a very good defensive line.
Not much there. First person there was Max Brinker to slow it down, and then the rest of the crew in there to stop Chris Busby.
Yeah, laterally it's tough. You have to pick your poison with this group defensively. They're so sound and really good at the point of attack, but they can run. So the horizontal run game, you better execute with your blocking on the perimeter. Got a little bit of a nasty streak to this defense. There's a reason they give up about 9 points a game.
Just got it away under pressure. Nearly one-hops Ty Gordon, who lets it go inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. And that's where Skutt will begin its 3rd possession of the game. Time now to take a look back at last year's Class B championship game, which also involved this Skutt team.
Defensive powerhouses York and Omaha Skutt went head-to-head for the 2017 Class B state football title. Both defenses aided in a scoreless first quarter, yet York's offense took charge to lead at the end of the first half. The Dukes became unstoppable in the second half with a total of 379 rushing yards. York's quarterback Garrett Snodgrass rushed for 209 yards and scored 2 touchdowns to help take home York's first state football title.
That win by York left Skutt as 2-time runner-ups. They were runner-up in 16 and again in 17. So back out there again is the Bearcats defense.
For as much spread and pass and dash as we've seen earlier today, this one is going to be some grown man football between these two football teams.
There is Garrett. Momentarily you saw Garrett Nelson, the Nebraska recruit, a state wrestling champion, 68 tackles, 6 sacks on the season. Epperson at the top of the eye, bobbled again, but got into the hands of Tommy Legal.
I think that's a good formation right there, and that 20 personnel with 2 backs, no tight ends, and Skutt going 3 wide receivers. Might be a formation they're going to have to try to make some hay, and you're spreading Scottsbluff out to some degree and getting them out of the box. You don't say this often. I'm just not sure Skutt wants to play this game constricted in a phone booth with Scottsbluff. It's not often you see Skutt get out Skutt, but Scottsbluff is very, very good in that box.
McCormick bobbles the snap again. Hit hard. Garrett off the edge, throws the bones. What a big play by the future Husker.
Just look how sudden he is in small spaces.
Let's go down to the field to Sean Callahan.
Guys, if you could have seen the smiles on the faces of Javon DeWitt and Barrett Root as Garrett Nelson threw up the bones there. They're like, wow, we can't wait to have this guy in practice.
You can't wipe the smiles off those faces right now. 3rd down and 10. Back to throw is McCormick. McCormick tipped up in the air. Fortunate that it fell to the ground.
Yeah, Epperson a little frustrated out there. He and Gordon have got to find a way to get touches out in space. Thrown back to the inside. Epperson going to make a stab at it from the slot position. Scratzy's another guy. He's a big, tall, rangy receiver. He can play some inline tight end for you, too. Scott's got to manage first down better.
So Brinker has had the first one blocked. The second one was nearly blocked. Does get that one away. Fair catch called for at the 41. Damon, we've had 5 combined drives by both teams and nary a first down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Thought this one would be low scoring and physical. Up to this point, with 4 minutes and some change to go in the first quarter, it hasn't disappointed. It's a tough sport played by tough men, and both these teams will represent that tonight.
Well, good time for you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can add a comment or catch up on the latest Nebraska sports information. You can find that all at NET Sports and Big Red Wrap-Up. Join in the conversation in our social platforms, Facebook and Twitter. Ready to go here, first down and 10. Harsh takes off. Right up the middle. Good gain on first down on the design quarterback draw.
I'm impressed right now so far. If you just talk about, kind of composure and managing emotions for Scottsbluff, they're handling themselves quite well early on. Now, a block punt can help you settle in a hurry. But managing this environment, which is electric, to say the least.
Second down, and we'll call it 5 as Busby with the carry. That's very near a first down. It comes up about a yard short. We'll bring up third down and 1.
Well, he's an accident waiting to happen, isn't he? He hits that hole. Skutt so sound and stout at the point of attack. See those good flat backs along the D-line. That is a tough on crew right there.
Third down and 1. Harsh in the gun.
Look at this front.
And a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's going to go against Scottsbluff with a false start. Skutt with some late line movement, maybe going to stem into a stunt, going to bring some A-gap pressure.
Dead ball. False start.
Yeah.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And third and a long 5, almost 6 now. You bring back the phenomenon of quarterback run game. Gauge it by formation here. Your counter game is intact.
Harsh gives on the inside. Tries to stretch it, and that Skutt defense, nothing doing.
Yeah, they can run. They can run.
There was no doubt there that was going nowhere. Hassenstab was there.
Take a look at it on the replay. Just gap sound. Played the puller well. You're going to spill, you better be able to run, and Skutt can do that.
Matt Freet also in there on that last tackle. So here is Gary to punt it away. End over end for Gary. One hops right into the hands of Ty Gordon. Tyson Gordon back out to about the 30-yard line to the 29. And that's where Skutt will take over. And I wonder, Damon, the early exchange, the snap exchange trouble that Skutt is having. They have bobbled the exchange 4 times here in their first few drives.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you maybe see Gordon come in and play some quarterback to settle some things down as well. But McCormick will get it together. He's battle tested. Back to the conventional pro set here.
Best carry to fumble. And it looks like Scottsbluff has it. Then they do. Epperson with the carry. It was ripped loose, and Scottsbluff with its second turnover of the game.
You can tell from watching Scottsbluff's last 2 playoff games, and York can attest to this. They go after, not York, excuse me. They go after the football when it comes time, when it's in traffic. And I think Snodgrass turned it over a few times last week as well. They're in the business of creating takeaways, not hoping for turnovers.
Good strip there by Keegan Reifschneider.
Good player right there. He flies under the radar.
So out of the gun, here is Harsh again. Look to throw. He'll go up top. Has a man out there. Picked off. Great interception by Jacob Christen, who pulls it in.
He's got super hands. Good ball skills. He showed you the whole deal right there. Ball a little underthrown, but made him pay. In a game like this, balls you get your hands on, you've got to make the most of, and he does. He's beat for all intents and purposes. But watch him go track it. He doesn't give up on it. All right, Schneider, he can run. He climbed up on his toes a little bit, got behind him.
Yep. Oh, Skutt will take over now at the 8-yard line. Give inside. Grinding out a few yards. On the carry by Tommy Legal.
Well, you talk about hit it and split it along this D-line. This is how you play a puller. It's a collision happening in about a 1 yard by 1 yard area. Not for the faint of heart down there.
2nd down and 6 is Skutt still in the eye. Epperson at the top. Legal right in front of him.
Multiple fronts here from Scottsbluff.
McCormick will give to Epperson. Epperson with some room. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Breaks another tackle. Here is Epperson out past the 35. Great carry by Jared Epperson.
In the open, I talked about him with yards after contact. What you see, it better be what you get. And that better be his hips, because his legs keep going. Just watch him. He's relentless.
27-yard carry for Epperson. The first down of the game comes with about a minute left in quarter number 1.
He runs so hard. He sheds tackles, but then you get him in the open field and he shows you good gait with his speed as well. First hint of really good field position right here for Omaha Skutt.
That's out, still carrying is McCormick. Not much there for McCormick, maybe a gain of 1.
When Scottsbluff arrives, they arrive with bad intentions. Ball handling not clean. McCormick pulls. General rule of thumb, if the running back gets out over your front foot as the quarterback, it is too late. Don't mess around once he gets extended past that front foot. That is a keep all the way. How was that for a brisk first quarter?
That was a quick one. And Scottsbluff with some nice defensive plays is on top here after 1 quarter. They lead it over the Skyhawks 7-0. 1 total first down between these two teams, but that big play led to 7 and the lead.
What do you think about going to college?
I'm kind of scared.
I feel nervous a little bit.
That's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm excited for college.
How are you going to pay for it?
To be honest, I don't really know.
That's actually a really good question.
So what if you had a friend you could ask?
Chadron State College, offering several online master's programs. Students can earn an organizational management degree in human services, sports management, or natural resources. Chadron State College also offers an accredited online Master of Business Administration degree. The 8-week online courses allow students to work at their own pace wherever they are. Chadron State College, serving Nebraska and beyond since 1911. Information at csc.edu.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, Constellation, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. So back at Memorial Stadium for the Class B title game, Skutt trailing 7-0 after 1 quarter thanks to the block punt and the touchdown by Chris Busby. Skutt rattled off a big 27-yard gain on this drive by Jared Epperson, longest gain for either team thus far in the game, and the first down. So we start Second quarter action with Skutt on 2nd down and 9. Epperson with the carry. Runs right into that strong safety, Reifschneider, there again for the tackle. He's headed to Chadron State next year.
And they're getting a good one. Flashes offensively. Good tackler. Look at him come fit in the run game. He's down into the box. He sees direct flow right at him. And he comes to play football at the line of scrimmage. They look the same. It's not just the blonde hair. The way that they play, the way they fit in the run game, it's just nasty with attitude.
It's a little bit of their approach, right? Ball on the ground, recovered by Scottsbluff. Another turnover for Skutt. Nelson off the edge, causing problems.
Yeah, McCormick's just got to take a deep breath. He is starting to press and squeeze the football, and he is getting squeezed. Watch Nelson off the corner. Didn't even really have to use his hands. Kind of gave him the limp shoulder. Louisiana Bayou off the edge, and it wreaks havoc from the backside. I tell you, that's one that Blake Anderson will want back.
Sebastian Harsh there to cover it up, and the forced fumble by Nelson.
Got a kick step and punch. You get an edge rusher like that.
2 turnovers already. And the block punt. Good carry on first down by Busby. Gain of 13 down to the 25-yard line.
I really like this action. I saw it a lot on tape. It's the essence of counter, but look at who the lead is. He shows you same motion. That's Garrett Nelson. You've got a kicker and a wrapper. Nelson is the wrapper. He pens, and Busby fits right off his rear end. I talked about the camera last night. You want to be in the picture of your lead blocker.
First down and 10. Harsh gives it to Busby again. Stacked up in the middle. Tackle led by Sam Heffron, the defensive tackle for Skutt.
Boy, he is a load. He is a big, strong kid. He'll lock you out. He can press you with his hands. 62 plays good football in there. Doesn't mind getting his face dirty either.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down now and 8. From the shotgun is Busby. Check that is Harsh over the middle on the throw, wide open. Touchdown, Scottsbluff. Wide open across the middle, Jeremiah Deltzer.
That's what happens. A lot of their formations look alike. Eye discipline is at a premium against this offense, and it's by design. They want just about everything they do to look alike. He gets out clean, untouched. Well, that's grand larceny. That's stealing if you're Harsh. Untouched.
First completed pass by either team, and it goes for a touchdown for the Bearcats. 24 yards. And the touch. Player coming on late. Will they get it off in time? Timeout taken by the Bearcats.
And Coach Benson will not be happy here.
He's making a quick march out there.
Yeah, you like that? Those short, quick strides.
That's right. He was at the hash before the players were. That's a big connection there. Hey, time now for our NSAA Championship Trivia. You can be the first person to email the correct answer to sports@netnebraska.org, and you'll win an NET Sports Championship t-shirt, size extra large. The trivia question is, who holds the NSAA Class B football record for the longest field goal in a playoff game, and how long was the make? The first correct email to that email address, sports@netnebraska.org, will win the NET Championship shirt. And remember, just one winner per household during the 2018 championships. So on for the extra point. Kick is through. 14-0 Scottsbluff here in this first half. Oh, look at that kick.
Boy, right. He got a hand. That's twice now that it has gotten very close to being blocked. You got the deflection there. Scottsbluff may have to shore that up after time. As we take a look at Matt Verzal down there in the toque, the stocking hat, imploring his guys to play with some passion. Way after this one, we're going to get him a Bic or a Gillette, some sort of Mach 3. That cookie duster is out of control. That's a good egg right there. He loves the kids. His frowny face on it. It's not the kind of start he wanted for his special teams unit.
Well, that last drive by the Bearcats was the 10th drive of this game for both teams combined. It lasted all of 5 plays, and it's the longest drive in terms of number of plays for either team.
Yeah, opportunistic, right?
Yeah.
You turn it over, they make you pay. That's 14 points. If you call the punt block a turnover, which in essence it is. It may not chart that way, but.
So return there by Kristen out to just past the 30-yard line, and that's where Skutt will take over.
Now this is where Omaha Skutt has to settle down here. Long game. Your offense is built on wearing opponents down. You cannot panic here.
Last 5 drives for Skutt went punt, 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 lost fumble, lost fumble.
Yeah, McCormick's had 3 himself. Got to take better care of the pigskin. There's a reason there's only one of them on the field.
Rolls to his left. He'll keep. Driven out of bounds after a short gain.
Ryan McCormick, the ball carrier.
I think everybody from Scottsbluff must be on the same lifting program, right? Whether you're a D lineman or a linebacker or a running back, you look like you're about 5'11", 220.
Maybe just the uniforms that make
it
look
might
that way,
be.
huh?
I like the old school helmets. Nothing wrong with that matted black right there either.
2nd down and 7. And Mokiak jumps. They'll mark off 5 against the Bearcats.
Maybe time for Omaha Skutt's their trap and their veer game.
5-yard penalty.
They're really, really good with it. They can trap multiple fronts too. They're so well coached up front. Got to find a way to slow down the games of the interior line that Scottsbluff is playing. They're getting multiple fronts. The problem is with a stand-up linebacker, it's a system that Nebraska used to employ. When you eat up guards, it is hard to pull.
Epperson again. Breaks a tackle. Good gain by Epperson. That's enough for a first down. Is he not down? No whistle. And Epperson's going out the back door. Touchdown. Epperson. No whistle and not down. Skutt's on the board.
I saw that in Waverly a couple of weeks ago. You think you've got a good shot. Said it time and time again in the opener. He will come out of the back gate on you. Ooh. Oh, boy. Knee's not down, the elbow was. As he checks himself in the Jumbotron. Yeah, that's you.
So a big play there for Skutt. They're back in it. Extra point is through, and it's 14-7 after the 61-yard touchdown run.
The one time you think Scottsbluff probably relaxed since they've been out here tonight, yielded points. A lot of guys standing around waiting for a whistle. One didn't blow, and Epperson made them pay. He's in that same mold that James Burks type where they're not down until you hear that whistle go. And even then, you better double check.
Well, that 61-yarder boosts Epperson's numbers here. 7 carries, 112.
Between both teams, Is there much peroxide left in the state of Nebraska?
It's been kind of a tradition for Skutt for a long time. So that'll be taken at the 8-yard line. Return for Reifschneider. Reifschneider with some room out past the 30 to the 34-yard line of the carry by Keegan Reifschneider. Both teams beginning to settle in a bit here. 9:42 to go before halftime, and the Bearcats still with a touchdown lead.
You get the sense if you're Coach Turman in Omaha Skutt, you're saying, hey, that's the way to go. If you're Coach Benson in your Scottsbluff, you're saying, hey, that was a little fluky. Calm down. That's all about how the verbiage you use to motivate your team.
Harsh from the shotgun. The give to Busby. Busby breaks one tackle. And then brought down by Sam Heffron. But a nice gain there by Busby. Turned that loss into a gain.
The edge run game for Scottsbluff will be hard to come by. We talked about Skutt's ability to run, but they set the edge. Thinking quick hitters.
March will keep this time. He's got room on the left side. Spins out of the tackle. First down. Or very near a first down for Sebastian Harsh. And they will say first down.
Yeah, through a quarter and some change as we take a look at now. This is quarterback counter. You saw the same action with Busby run it. I'm a believer in Harsh. I told you he was the one guy that I couldn't really gauge watching all that tape. Is he as good in person? He absolutely is. Again, still maybe better defensively. And that's no slight. Good football play.
In motion goes Busby. He'll take the handoff. Busby with a good stiff arm along the corner.
He's figuring out what the rest of Class B knows. Skutt can run.
Tough to get an edge.
You just don't turn the corner on them out in space. They don't yield a lot of long touchdown runs on the edge. It's a very stingy defensive bunch.
Busby has had just tremendous success in these last 4 games of the season. He had 223 yards against McCook. As he goes in motion here, this time Harsh keeps it. And Harsh runs right into TJ Skradsky, the 6'6", 245 end.
Yeah, the sky is the limit athletically for TJ. He's a good basketball player. He's got the frame. He's more than capable on the gridiron as well. Really good athlete.
Saw Skradsky last year in the state basketball championships. Third down and 5 for Skutt. A great play in the backfield. Alex Van Dyke, the leading tackler for this Skutt squad, 132 tackles on the year, makes the big play.
In a game of matching dry erase board thoughts, advantage Skutt. They see this formation in guard pull. They'll start to play it differently. I see them shooting gaps now, and you can, if you're right. You get countered back, you will get creased, but they're willing to sprinkle in taking chances while trying to be sound defensively.
Gary will punt it away and end over in kind of line shot, scooped up by Ty Gordon, and Ty Gordon back to the 35-yard line, and that's where Skutt will take over to try to even it up. Let's go down to the field to Sean Callahan.
Guys, how about the poise of Skutt here? And this, you know, you would have to think a team that's been on this stage 3 years in a row, it'd been very easy to panic with the way this game started out, but they've settled in, and now it feels like they've taken the momentum of this football game here at field level.
Opportunity here to even it up on this drive. 7:24 to go, second quarter. Bearcats with those 2 early touchdowns. Skyhawks answered last drive with Epperson, and here he is again. And Epperson picking his way through the front four, and a gain of 6.
Just a really good natural runner, isn't he? He has a good feel for what's happening up front. He's getting multiple looks from Scottsbluff, and I can appreciate their variety of fronts. You can't sit idle against a well-coached team like Skutt. Scottsbluff doing their best.
Epperson again on 2nd down. A 1st down and a carry for Epperson.
And a ton of man behind it. The problem with this defense, where you're covering up both guards, you're kind of giving some of those bare looks from time to time. When you get creased, you'll get creased. So you have to be really, really sound in your tackling. Boy, look at Heffron.
Way downfield blocking, huh? He took on the linebacker Delzer and just drove him about 15 yards back.
Now that's the downside to the 205-pound guys playing around the line of scrimmage as linebackers. Here's the trap game.
Drop inside. Legal with the carry. Couple yards on 1st down.
You have to keep the 2 bigs, the interiors, honest for Scottsbluff. They're playing games. They're stemming late. They've shown you everything from a shade to a 1, a 3 technique. They've played some 2-eye. Very, very versatile up front. A few hands on the hips. This is the first time we've seen that. 5:50 mark.
Epperson breaks 1 tackle. Look out. Epperson is gone. 2nd touchdown of the 2nd quarter for Epperson.
I'd like to revisit the conversation from about 3 minutes ago. The downside to this defense, if you get creased, you will bang your head on the goalpost. They're so sound at the point of attack. If you get past the initial wave, that's all she wrote. I mean, you can see it from the concept. They're getting a hat on a hat.
50-yard touchdown run by Epperson.
The momentum in this game has changed dramatically. And it's all about Omaha Skutt's composure up front with this offensive line to handle the stemming and stunting of Scottsbluff. It is high risk, high reward on defense.
All even at 14 after the Joey Epperson PAT. Here's one more look at the carry by Jared Epperson.
Look at the little short set, getting to the 2nd level clean. Epperson understanding what's happening up front. It is all she wrote. From up here, you can appreciate how well coached Omaha Skutt is along that offensive line. It's a very good job dancing in sync to pull that off, because they're facing a very good defensive unit in Scottsbluff. Hard to adjust on the fly the way that Omaha Skutt has.
Line drive kick taken by the up man Diolis. Diolis still on his feet out past the 35 to the 39-yard line. A good return by Diolis.
It's already about 14 more points than I thought we would see at this juncture in the game. As sound as both these defenses are, but turnovers and big plays.
Yep.
Coach Benson, he says, where are you going?
They show blitz and bring it out of the backfield, tipped away. Tip intercepted by Skutt.
There's that man on the spot, Tyson.
Ty Gordon. That's his 8th interception of the year.
He finds the football. And you know this family full well, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. They make plays. The throw was rushed just a little bit.
Just an outstanding athlete is Ty Gordon. Starting guard on the basketball team, starting safety on the football team, outstanding baseball player.
In middle school, he was pretty much pegged as can't miss.
Well, he can't miss on the baseball field, I can tell you that. One shot down field, touchdown, quick strike, and who to? Ty Gordon.
With the how do you do hands on the hips, and they color me shocked at the answer from Omaha Skutt. Not the fact that they stayed the course. The sudden change after the turnover after such a sluggish start.
What a grab and touchdown by Gordon.
Yeah, that green for Skutt is for being on the money with that throw. Goodness, go get it, young fella. I think McCormick is settled in.
Extra point no good. But 3 quick strikes from Skutt, and they have the lead. First completion of the game for Skutt goes for 51 and a touch to Ty Gordon.
I think they averaged in the 60s in this playoff in terms of scoring. They can get you in a hurry.
Well, if you love watching Nebraska High School Championships on NET, we would love it to have you be part of our NET Sports Partners Club. With your generous donation to NET, you help us produce more than 200 hours of sports programming each year. Show your support by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. And at $10 a month, we'll send you this very nice looking exclusive NET Sports Partners Club fleece jacket. To get your NET jacket, call 800-634-6788 or visit netnebraska.org/donate. We're rattling through the Skutt drives early on at Damon, and we told you they went punt, 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 fumble, fumble in their first 5. Since that, a bit of a drastic change. 3 straight drives, 3 touchdowns.
All of what, 40 yards or more?
That's right. Epperson's long carries and a long strike to Ty Gordon. Taken at the 5-yard line, return out past the 20 by Reifschneider. And now Scottsbluff needs to answer.
Yeah, the energy level has changed dramatically. Sebastian Harsh, he's going to have to be kind of the guy that he's been all season. He's cool as a cucumber. Kind of steady Eddie. Got to find a way to get Busby going. Get him the ball. It may not be with traditional handoff run game, whether you throw it to him, you get him out in space. It is tough sledding from tight end to tight end.
There is Busby with the carry, breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet. Busby with a nice gain on first down. Talked about the success that he's had in the playoffs, Damon. How about that 367-yard performance he had against Ron Colley in the postseason?
Yeah, it was a lot of offensive highlights in this one. Missed tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Busby makes him pay.
Skradsky from the backside with the tough hit there. But up for a first down for Busby. There he is again. Was tucked in there behind Terrence Mokiak, and Mokiak led the way there on the carry for Busby.
Yeah, with that formation, with the wing set, it almost acts like unbalanced, especially when they put DeOlios with Garrett Nelson and a puller. I mean, you're getting 3 guys at the point of attack to the strong side.
2nd and 3. To keep this time by Harsh. Harsh leans forward out near the 45 to 44. And we're going to have a flag on the play, and it's going to be unnecessary roughness called against the Bearcats. The late hit coming in from Jeremiah Delzer.
And we saw him in the open with his pregame speech. You know he plays with quite a bit of fire.
Looked like it was a dead ball foul as well, so it'll be a first down and then back him up 15.
Emotion is a lot like fire, isn't it? I mean, when it's where it should be, it can warm your home right in the fireplace. Anything outside of your fireplace, it can be nothing short of dangerous.
Right. You see Joe Benson saying, I know, it's all right. Relax, we're fine.
Boy, we have seen some great coaching eyes, haven't we?
Down on the field to Sean Callahan.
Guys, give Skutt a little credit, though. They sold the call pretty well, and some of the Skutt coaches, Matt Verzal, turned over to some of the basketball coaches from Skutt, and they go, you guys taught him that, how to flop on those charges out there on the basketball court.
Yeah.
You're right. The key, though, was dead ball.
Because it is a first down now. Nothing going there for Jacob Cruel. Second time Cruel has tried on that end around.
I was just getting ready to talk about, you know, Scottsbluff still has the opportunity to stay on schedule. Now, at 2nd and 12, you are behind schedule with this offense with the second quarter clock right at 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 12 for Sebastian Harsh. Harsh, 711 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns on the season. Better than 850 through the air. He'll hand it off to Busby. And Busby just having a tough time getting anywhere near the outside. Tackle made there by Jacob Christen.
Yeah, you take a look at the replay here. Upstairs, they're probably telling him, you've got to get north-south immediately. Anything laterally against this defense is going to be a recipe for disaster. They're just not going to let you turn the corner.
2-yard gain brings up 3rd and 10. Skutt shows blitz. Harsh will keep it. Leading the way there on the tackle is Max Brinker, and nothing doing as Brinker is joined by the rest of his teammates in making the play. Bring up 4th down.
Tackle led by Max Brinker.
So impressed with both teams' physicality and the ability to run to the football.
Timeout called by Skutt. Save clock time here with 2:24 to go in this second quarter. While you have momentum, take advantage, and that's what Skutt's trying to do. Well, being behind is nothing new for this Scottsbluff squad. They trailed 10-7 at halftime against Grand Island Northwest. They ended up winning that 25-10. They trailed in the 4th quarter against York. And here's a look at that. Trailed in the 4th quarter to York. Came back to win it 27-21.
Yeah, that come from behind victory at York was pretty impressive.
Yeah. And how about Roncalli? They were down to Roncalli 38-14.
Yeah, the complexion of that game changed with an injury at the quarterback spot from Roncalli.
Yeah.
With Doetzler, Roncalli got off to an amazing start. You're thinking to yourself, holy cow. And then all of a sudden, Scottsbluff owned the second half. They will wear on you, but it is hard to out-Skutt Skutt.
Escamilla gets it away. Kick toward the sideline and out. They're going to walk this one off, and it might end up in Scottsbluff territory, and it does. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Bearcats. Another golden opportunity here with 2:24 to go for this Skyhawk offense. And they have been flying high here in the second quarter.
Got to be careful here. There's teams that you can stomach getting down 2 scores to. This Skutt defense, in my opinion, is not one of them. Crucial series here.
Epperson hit right at the line of scrimmage. Leading the way there was Sebastian Harsh. Luke Rohrer there as well.
Just a good football player. No gloves, no fingers taped. He'll turn right around and get shotgun snaps from center. He'll hit you. Scottsbluff definitely knows how to attack the weight room. They play behind their pads. They're in good shape. Garrett Nelson on a 3-point stance.
Found him out in the open here is Epperson. Look out. Epperson's going to go again. Touchdown, Skutt.
High risk, high reward.
And Epperson again, 45 yards. And these have all been quick strike, big touchdowns from this dynamic Skutt offense.
You can tell just by the design of the defense. You'll see no gain, 2-yard loss. We've seen touchdown. The wheel route, they come on the blitz. McCormick's season in plenty of time, and then this. That's almost unfair in the open field with that guy. Jared Epperson.
Joey White knocks it through, extends that lead. 27-14 now. 27 points here in this second quarter for Skutt.
Just on a little wheel route by design. Ideally, you want to get him on the linebacker. It's even better when you get him on no one out there in space. Miscommunication defensively. The wrong blitz call, you pay the price. Jared Epperson with another one.
Boy, 11 carries, 177 yards for Epperson, a catch for 44 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the Skutt senior.
It's almost as though Scottsbluff lost their focus when they thought they heard the whistle. Play kind of stops. Epperson, like he always does, keeps playing, and they doesn't seem like they've recovered emotionally from that.
White kicks it deep again, right at Reifschneider. Reifschneider back out to about the 28-yard line. 1:33 to go here before halftime. And another opportunity for the Scottsbluff offense. You know, Joe Benson says of his quarterback, Sebastian Harsh, he said, you know, if we were a team that had maybe a RPO approach or a 3-step or a 5-step drop, that he could throw for over 2,000 yards. He's that good of a, he has that good of an arm, but obviously they're a running team, so his yards are split evenly between on the ground and through the air. There's Jacob Cruel with the carry.
Got to find a way to have Cruel be a nice compliment. Use Reifschneider in the passing game to try to get the chunk plays. But it has to be a multiplayer attack against Omaha Skutt.
Second down and 5. Marsh gives it off to Busby. Oh, good move by Busby. Breaks the tackle out to midfield and into Skutt territory.
Yeah, maybe somebody mentioned what we talked about. Get back vertical as soon as you can in the edge run game. Watch this. Put his foot in the ground. Right back vertical. That's where the crease is. You cannot continue to stretch it like we talked about a couple of series ago. Put your foot in the dirt and get your shoulder square.
Go to the air under some pressure. Puts it downfield, picked off. And incomplete. Had it and started making his move before he had the ball.
Yeah, fortunate to get that one back.
Nearly a second interception in the game for Kristen.
Yeah, we've seen his hands. That one was almost probably too easy for him. It's easy, you know, the more casual you get with your attempt. Oh yeah, eyes come off the football. They tell you, Larry, about 54 years ago when you're about 10 or 12 years old, look it in.
That's right. Watch it all the way in. That's a misnomer now. It's like watching the ball hit the bat. It doesn't really happen. Nobody really does that, even the good hitters. I don't watch it all the way in. It's just sometimes you lose focus.
Are you one of those launch angle guys too?
I am one of those launch angle guys, absolutely.
Yeah, try being a Dodger fan. Let me tell you how that works out.
Hey, I saw the Red Sox series too, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, mix in some contact.
Yeah.
Like we were seeing out here tonight on the gridiron.
A good balance, I think, is important.
I got your launch angle.
Hey, you know I'm a Dodger fan.
Just make contact. We won't go down that.
No, we would be.
I never get it right. Is it the rabbit hole, the bunny trail? What are we supposed to stay out of? A rabbit hole?
That's right. Let's talk volleyball. How's that? How about the volleyball that's coming up on NAT this weekend? On Friday and Saturday, we've got some great volleyball. Ohio State travels to take on the Huskers on Friday night at 7. You'll see that on NAT. And hey, we've got double coverage for you the following night. Right back at it on Saturday at 7 as the Terps travel to Lincoln to take on the Huskers. Maryland with a big win earlier this year against Penn State. That should be a good weekend for Nebraska to close out the season at home and then get ready for the postseason the following weekend. Selection show Sunday is coming up for Nebraska volleyball. We'll find out if they'll be home. Likely will be for the first 2 rounds.
Right. Found a way to right the ship.
3rd down and 11. make the corner. Stiff arm, boy, great hustle by Joey White.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Comes up from that corner spot, and you're not going to get the corner on Joey White.
Yeah, I mean, you watch these guys all year, and you watch them play defense, and just so sound. Like shoulders square until the last minute. Just a little pen and paper for those of you playing at home. Keep your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage as long as you can, and good things will happen. I don't care what position you play. It'll help you stop trap. You can defend as an offensive player. You stay in good position. It may not show up on film in terms of Skutt's foot speed, but you just don't see long runs along the numbers against this defense.
I want to remind you, Nebraska's best high school bowlers will compete for state honors next month on NET. The girls take the lanes Saturday morning, December 15th at 8 Central, and the boys' championships begin at 8 a.m. on Sunday, December 16th. Watch NET Sports coverage of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation State Championships. Fair catch called for. Gordon lets it roll inside the 10, and that's where Skutt will take over with 17 seconds remaining. How about the answer here, Damon, for Skutt after being down 14-0?
Yeah, so much for nerves. We saw bobbled snaps. We saw drop balls. Then all of a sudden you kind of settle in. You get a big play from Epperson. He's done it for you all year. And that's even a wry smile from Coach Turman in the first half. Unheard of. Well, that guy right there. That 4 is very, very significant. He'll give you all 4 quarters.
They'll take a knee here to end the half. And that will be the last play of our first half.
If you're Scottsbluff, you get the ball coming out. You got to regroup and get this back to 1 score. As you've documented, they've come back before.
Yep. 27 unanswered from the Skyhawks of Skutt to take a 27-14 lead here at halftime of this Class B state championship game. Matt Turman's squad has turned it around here in the second quarter, thanks to 177 yards from Jared Epperson. Let's go down to the field to Sean Callahan.
Guys, with Coach Matt Turman here. Coach, you're down 14-0. How proud of just the composure your guys kept? How proud are you of that in the first half here?
I think we came out a little tight. I mean, the kids have wanted this real bad, and it almost looked like they wanted it too bad that first quarter because about everything that could have went wrong.
Yeah, 14-0 though. Epperson gives you kind of a big play that almost felt like it turned the game. It looked like he was down, and he kept going through the no whistle, and all of a sudden 27 unanswered points.
Well, we have some big play kids, and we're trying to get them the ball and give them a chance to make the big plays, and Jared's probably the leader in that regard.
What do you tell your guys how to finish this off now in the second half?
Well, they've come back in the last 2 games in their playoffs, so we're going to talk about that and just to keep the foot on the gas and see if we can finish this thing off.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, thanks very much, Sean, and thanks to Matt Turman for joining us. This young man right here has done it all. Epperson, 177 on the ground. The pick by Gordon and the touchdown, and it's 27-14. Skutt at half.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Head trauma and concussion risk minimization is a priority of the NSAA. When in doubt, sit them out.
Some common symptoms of concussions are dizziness, confusion, and nausea.
The NSAA requires coaches in all sports to take a concussion course annually.
For more information regarding concussion management and return to play protocol, visit our website, nsaahome.org. When in doubt, sit them out.
Let's talk about public power for a second. Nebraska's electric utilities use a diverse mix of fuel resources to generate electricity. Wind, water, coal, nuclear, natural gas, solar, and methane. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you. Let's talk about public power for a second. Did you know Nebraska's electric utilities pay more than $100 million to communities they serve each year? Those dollars stay local, helping to empower our hometowns. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, Constellation, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. We are at halftime of the Class B title games. Scottsbluff trailing after leading 14-0. It's now 27-14. Pleased to be joined by the executive director of the Nebraska School Activities Association, Jay Beller. Took over about 5 months ago now. Doesn't seem like it was yesterday. How are things going?
Going well. Trying to get to know people across the state and doing a lot of traveling, but thoroughly enjoying it so far.
You inherited a terrific staff at the NSAA. Talk about that transition for you and their transition to your leadership.
Yes, a little different for me, being a superintendent for 20 years and then coming aboard to an organization with quality people. And so I'm getting to know them and they're getting to know me, and they're helping me out quite a bit in this transition, believe me. They're good people. They take their job very seriously and are willing to help the schools in any way they can.
You've done such a great job of running these championships this fall. It's gone very smoothly. I know you had some issues with weather, but that was handled so well. The feedback you've had from coaches, the volleyball championships always go well. Talk about how the championships have gone this fall, and especially maybe this week here at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, you're right. We did have a rocky start with the weather, but that's one thing you can't control, and so the staff made good calls on that. The football championships, the weather has been pretty good so far, and it's just really neat to watch not only the quality of the teams that come down here, but the towns following those communities and how they buy into this, and it's exciting, and it's been going very well.
Before we get into any current issues or legislation that's going on with the NSAA, maybe talk about your vision for the direction of the Nebraska School Activities Association as you move forward as a body that really supports its membership.
And that's exactly right. And we're looking at growing our membership and the things we can do. There's a couple proposals in right now, and one is to add bowling to be a sanctioned sport, and so we're looking at that. Another one is one that's up and coming is girls wrestling, and even though they can wrestle with the boys now, there's a lot of people that would rather them wrestle, girl on girl, and so they are getting that going right now, and so I think that's going to be something that we talk about a lot.
I love the idea of bowling, by the way. The transfer rule, let's talk about that. I know there's always issues with transfer at the high school level. Talk about what's going on there.
Well, we did a survey early, and when I went out and across the state and talked to people, that was one of the concerns they had is being able to transfer home without some type of penalty, because it seems like whatever you do and wherever you transfer, you either have a hardship or you move, or you're not eligible for 90 school days. And there is a bylaw right now that says legally you can go back to your home district without a sit-out. Mm-hmm. And so then you run into times where a person is playing for Team A, and then 2 weeks later he's playing against Team A, and he just had played for the other team. Yeah. So, there's some hard feelings there sometimes when this goes on. And so we're looking at some ways that we can remedy that and see what the association wants to do about that.
Well, congratulations on being the new executive director. It's great. I know you've been serving your student population and your schools for a long time, and serving high school athletics and high school students, so it's great to have you leading the NSAA.
Larry, thank you very much for what you do and what the station does to cover our activities, because we couldn't do it without you. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. That's Jay Beller, the new executive director of the Nebraska School Activities Association. One of the great things the NSAA does is recognize outstanding performances, not only on the field of play, but also in the community. That's our Believers and Achievers. Let's go to that now with Rich Broderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special halftime presentation this evening. Believers and Achievers is a statewide program designed by U.S. Bank and the Nebraska School Activities Association. to give recognition to Nebraska's future leaders. We have 7 Nebraska high school seniors with us tonight who have demonstrated academic excellence and a commitment to good citizenship. For their involvement in school and community service projects, U.S. Bank and the NSAA would like to honor these believers and achievers. Presenting the Believers and Achievers Awards are U.S. Bank representatives Dolores Teruay, NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller, and NSAA Board of Director Mark Norvell of Fillmore Central. Tonight's first honoree is Casey Brabeck of Schuyler High School. Casey is a 4.0 student, participates in cross-country speech, music, and play production. An honor roll student in NCPA Academic All-State Selection. Casey serves leadership roles on National Honor Society, FFA, Student Council, and Quiz Bowl at Schuyler. He has received multiple superior ratings at the NSAA District Music Contest and was a state champion in duet acting at the 2018 NSAA State Speech Championships. In his community, Casey volunteers as the Schuyler Community Garden, the Schuyler Cemetery Association, as well as Divine Mercy Parish. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Brabeck. Next is Rebecca Klinke of Seward High School. Rebecca participates in volleyball, basketball, and soccer while maintaining a 3.8 GPA. At Seward, Rebecca is involved in FBLA, FFA, and Key Club. She is also an honor roll student and a National Honor Society member. Rebecca volunteers for her church and serves as a youth leader in volleyball, basketball camps in her community. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca Klinke. Our next recipient is Leighton Milady of West Holt High School. Leighton maintains a 4.0 GPA while participating in cross country, basketball, track, play production, speech, and music. An honor roll student, Leighton is a member of the National Honor Society and FFA at West Holt. He received superior ratings at vocal trio and vocal solo at the NSAA District Music Contest. Leighton is a 4-H president, an active member in her church, and volunteers at the local nursing home. Ladies and gentlemen, Leighton Milady. Next is Megan Rassler of Elkhorn High School. Megan is a 4.0 student and participates in tennis and volleyball. At Elkhorn, Megan is a member of the National Honor Society, Students Against Destructive Decisions, Pep Club, and Team Plus S Engineering Competition. She is an honor roll student in NCPA Academic All-State Selection in volleyball and tennis. In her community, Megan is a volunteer coach for PAL Volleyball at St. Patrick's. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Rassler. Our next recipient is Leah Polinsky of Papillion La Vista South High School. Leah participates in volleyball and tennis while maintaining a 3.98 GPA. An honor roll student, Leah was a member of the 2016 NSAA Class A State Volleyball runner-up team. She is a member of FCA and Circle of Friends at Papillion La Vista South, and she is an active member of her church. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah Polinsky. Next is Aubrey Schultes of McPherson County High School. Aubrey is a 4.0 student, participates in volleyball, basketball, track, play production, and speech. In 2018, she qualified for the NSAA State Speech Championships in OID, an honor roll student in NCPA Academic All-State Selection. Aubrey serves leadership roles on FFA, National Honor Society, and is class president at McPherson County. In her community, Aubrey is involved in her church, 4-H, and volunteers at the Salvation Army. Ladies and gentlemen, Aubrey Schultes. Our final recipient is Eli Vendrell of Bishop Newman High School. Eli participates in football, basketball, and track while maintaining a 4.0 GPA. He was a member of the 2016 NSAA Class C1 State Football Runner-Up Team and was a member of the 2017 NSAA Class C1 Boys State Basketball Championship Team. An honor roll student in an NCPA Academic All-State Selection, Eli is a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and Campus Ministry at Bishop Newman. In his community, Eli volunteers at athletic youth camps and assists the elderly with yard work. Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Vedral. And now, let's give one more round of applause to the 2018-2019 U.S. Bank Believers and Achievers, the future leaders of Nebraska.
Well, congratulations to these outstanding student athletes, not only for their contribution in the classroom and on the field of competition, but also in their community as well. Great that the NSAA recognizes these outstanding students. When we come back, we'll have highlights and look at the statistics from the first half of play.
Earning my shield means...
It means I'm always moving forward.
Never stopping, always learning.
It means rising to the challenge of my ambition.
Earning my shield means having the confidence to hold my own with anyone from anywhere.
It means more opportunities for me and my children.
Earning my shield means it's never too early or late to set goals. What does it mean to earn your shield? I found out it don't.
The money that comes from Constellation goes directly back into our county 4-H program. So they're directly impacting young people and the development of young people, whether that's leadership development, citizenship development, or helping them develop life skills.
Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom, but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
Explore your community and Nebraska with the NET member card as your guide. When you become an NET Sustaining Star at $7 a month or give a gift of $80 or more, you'll receive the NET member card. The member card app will help you explore all the benefits wherever you are. Call 800-989-8236.
Live streaming for the NSAA State High School Football Championships is also available at the NET website and on the free NET Nebraska app.
We are back at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, halftime of this Class B championship. Skutt 27 unanswered to take the 27-14 lead. This is not the only state championship that occurred over the past several days. There was a six-man championship game after 2 decades of a hiatus. Six-man football is back as an official NSAA sport. And the championship game was last Friday in Kearney. Mike Tobias of NET has scenes from that game and a bit of six-man football history.
It was undefeated Hay Springs against undefeated Wilcox Hildreth in the six-man championship game. And if you've never seen six-man, here's what some of the fans say you need to know.
It's fast. Track meet.
And we're wide open.
It's like playground ball. Awesome.
Although the sport was still being played, this was the first Nebraska championship under the NSAA umbrella since 1998, thanks to a growing number of teams. Six-man football started in Nebraska, invented by Chester High School PE teacher Stephen Epler. He created the game as a way for small high schools to field football teams during the Depression. The first game was played in front of a curious crowd in Hebron in 1934. Six-man has different rules. The player receiving the snap has to get the ball to another player before anyone can go past the line of scrimmage. All players are eligible receivers, 15 yards for a first down, and kicks are worth more points than traditional football. But there's nothing different about the heart of the players and the hits they deliver.
Go Big Green! Go Big Green!
Friday's championship was a high-scoring back-and-forth battle. Haysprings senior Trent Reed led the Hawks with 225 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Haysprings had the lead going into the fourth quarter. But Wilcox-Hildreth scored 14 unanswered points to win 52-40, carried by the legs and arm of A.J. Jenkins. The record-breaking Falcon senior had a hand in 7 touchdowns, 4 rushing, 2 passing, and an interception return.
They're a phenomenal bunch. They're great football players, but they're better kids.
Congratulations, man.
It's awesome. We've been waiting for this moment all year, and it's finally here. It's crazy to think. I don't think it's sunk in yet.
A fast, wild championship game, but
That's six-man for you. It's a lot of talented kids in six-man that probably don't get the credit they deserve just because it's so new to a lot of people. And tonight was a great showcase of a lot of great kids in the state of Nebraska that play six-man.
Great D6 championship. Time now for a quick chat. Let's go down to Sean.
Hey guys, I'm with the head coach here, Joe Benson here of Scottsbluff. Coach, you guys had a 14-0 game. Things kind of moved quickly here. What did you tell your team here in the locker room?
Well, be resilient. Obviously, we have to make some adjustments defensively. Got to take care of the ball offensively. The deflection and the interception hurt us. Those are the things, you know, they can kill you. And this is a really good Skutt team, so we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's.
Well, Coach, you've been in a situation like this earlier in the playoffs. You were down to Roncalli, I believe it was 46 unanswered points. What can you guys, how can you use that experience and try to transfer that over here tonight?
Well, you do. That's what we talked about. We told them we've already been in this position twice, and we need to be resilient. We know Skutt's going to make more plays than the previous two teams did in this situation, so we're going to have to be resilient and make one more play than they do.
All right, Coach, best of luck out there in the second half.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you to Joe Benson for the quick conversation. And Scottsbluff out of the halftime locker room. A little energy here trying to get back into this one. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and you'll see that it was some mistakes for Skutt that led to the early lead for Scottsbluff. The block punt led to a touchdown by Chris Busby. And then great motor off the edge here. Forces the turnover. Led to another touchdown, wide open for Jeremiah Delzer, and then here comes Skutt.
Yeah, maybe the play of the game right there. That's officially when Uncle Mo went to the change room and put on a different jersey, and it is black and green, and the rest is a lot of Jared Epperson.
Epperson has had a great pick there by Ty Gordon, and then on the very next play, McCormick up top to Gordon for the touchdown.
Does a little bit of everything for them, doesn't he?
And then here's a little swing pass out of the backfield. Good move, and Epperson just trots in. A good looking football player right there. Look at the total yards, 269 to 117. Scottsbluff will need to find a way to turn that.
If you're Scottsbluff, you're taking a look at those stats. You're thinking 11-11 for Skutt. Make a wish. And it starts with your ability to get a little bit vertical in the passing game. You got to find a way to keep Skutt off balance. They're really starting to settle in schematically on defense. They're already good up front. You need a little versatility to your offense here in the second half.
When we come back, second half action of this Class B state championship game. Skutt on top, 27-14.
Talk about public power for a second. Did you know Nebraska is the only state in the nation served entirely by public power electric utilities? Community-owned utilities mean Nebraskans are working for Nebraskans. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you. Let's talk about public power for a second. Did you know Nebraska's electric utilities are governed by locally elected or appointed boards and councils? This means you have a voice in the decisions made by your local utility. Just another way your electric utility shows how public power works for you.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and on the field. This statewide program recognizes academic excellence, leadership, and athletic achievement in over 20 high school sports and activities. We honor these exceptional students and all of the teachers, coaches, and parents who have mentored them. Together, we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Take back your garage. Stuck with an extra vehicle that's taking up needed space? Donate it and get your garage back again. Support quality public media and get a tax deduction.
On the next Big Red Wrap-Up, we'll recap the Michigan State game with co-host Sean Callahan and special guest Parker Gabriel from the Lincoln Journal-Star. Big Red Wrap-Up, Wednesday at 8 Central on NET World and again at 10 Central on NET.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, Constellation, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Ready for action here in second half play of the Class B State Championship. It is 27 consecutive for the Skyhawks, which have put the score at 27-14. Good news for the Bearcats. They received the kickoff to start this second half, and Joe Benson convinced that the experience that they've had thus far in the playoffs and come from behind victories will serve them well here in this state championship game.
Yeah, the philosophy is sound. The variable is Skutt defensively.
Here is Busby. They put him back there to return the kick, and Busby gets outside. Good return by Chris Busby out past the 25 to the 27-yard line. And the Bearcats now try to get something going offensively.
You've got to really find ways to win on first down. You can't put yourself in 2nd and 8s and 2nd and 9s. You need 3 or greater on first down.
The Scottsbluff team has outscored its opponents this year 52-26. Try to get a little bit of offense going here in the second half as Hassenstab with the stop for Skutt. Short gain.
It's almost like they take turns defensively making plays from that linebacking core.
But you know, if you don't get there in a hurry, somebody else is going to.
Right,
so.
they'll clean it up, and they're fighting for stats.
That's right. That is a tough linebacking crew. Ott, Van Dyke, Hassenstab, Brinker. Here's the carry. Harsh with an opportunity down the far side. Good carry and a nice gain to open up this second half by the quarterback, Sebastian Harsh.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the added dimension of quarterback run game. It can really help them out as we take a look. It's the counter action, but the difference is the backside cutoff from Skutt, because their weak side linebackers were kind of the free runner hitters running it down from behind. Nice little coaching adjustment right there.
And that doubles the output for Sebastian Harsh on the ground.
Using Dilzer on the backside now.
Prior to that last run, Harsh had 20 yards total carrying. That was a 30-yard gain for Sebastian Harsh. And there's the carry by Busby. Gain of about 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Bearcats.
At some point, I think it's going to be the right arm of Harsh that is going to have to make a play.
Yeah. That interior, those linebackers, just such a stout defense for this Skutt team. They have allowed just 6.6 points per game on the season, and that's a nice carry there by Busby, getting low with the pad level, driving through for a first down.
Goodness, just fitting in the run game is Skutt. That was, you see Max Brinker.
Yeah.
On the run by. Right on schedule here. 2 downs to make 1
Third down and 1.
Look at this
just shy of the first down. Here's again, that'll be enough for a first down as he spins out of the tackle, down inside the 30 to the 28.
It's almost as if somebody upstairs said, hey, listen, we got to get more north and south against these guys, because right now, even on counter, you're trying to see him get back up the field immediately. A little bit more downhill action.
An important opening drive here in this second half for the Bearcats, and they are on the move. After the big run, the carry by Harsh, another first down on back-to-back carries by Busby. And Harsh will take this again. A gain of 3 on first down for Harsh.
If you're looking for small victories, which I think you have to one play at a time with Scottsbluff offense, that's a win on first down. You do that 4 times, you can do that math, can't you? 3 plus 1.5 plus 4. No, I mean, you do 3 yards 4 times. That's 12. That's greater than 10. Stay with me here. I know it's not a 9-10 spare.
Give it side. Spun around and pulled from behind. Busby with another 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. So according to Damon, right on schedule.
Yeah, I couldn't even get that right. I said a 9-10 spare. I meant split, but I think it's more 7-10.
Yeah, we were just going to let it go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do that often with you.
Thank you, Mulligan.
That's golf, but yeah, that's fine.
A human mistake.
Gutter ball would be bowling. That's fine. We'll keep up. We'll be all right. 27-14 is the score. 3rd and 4 here. Busby leans forward near the 20. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
Not a bad blocking concept up front, but outside of using your quarterback as a ball carrier, you're still 1 short in the running game, especially with Skutt's corners playing so close to the line of scrimmage, actually playing in the run game. More guys in the box than you can handle up front, even though everyone is in the box. I mean,
right.
He had 22 people within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
4th down. Harsh takes the snap, gives it to Busby, leans forward, very near the first down. It'll pin on the spot. Looks like maybe, based on where they're going to spot it, he does have it.
Yeah, move those chains. He came out of the back end. He never say die. They've got him stopped at the initial contact right there, but then watch this effort. Gordon getting his face messy. Don't let anybody tell you basketball players aren't tough. We saw Baylor Shireman earlier. We know he's a tough customer. Gordon a tough customer. Skradsky can play physically.
1st down and 10 from the 17. This the 10th play of the current drive. Longest drive in terms of plays by either team tonight. And a flag. Too much time, delay of game against Scottsbluff, and that's what you can't.
That is a killer for this offense against this defense.
Yeah, Joe Benson knows it.
Some offenses don't bat an eye at 1st and 15. For Scottsbluff, you have to reevaluate your play calling.
See, and now, Damon, to stay on schedule here, you have to get 4 yards per play.
Put your shoes back on, son.
There's the carry by Harsh. Inside the 15, spins down, and a good carry by Sebastian Harsh, unless you rattle off 10 on 1st down.
Yeah, see the difference there with the numbers in the box. Who's the free ball carrier? It's your quarterback. You get the 2 pullers. You're downhill. Now you've equaled things up because you still have a free safety that's playing deep hole.
He rolled right over the top of the defender there. Might have been down even by the 10-yard line by the time that was over. They spotted
2nd and 6. You're back on what, LP? 2nd and 5.
Back on schedule, man. Breaks through there, down to about the 7-yard line, very near a 1st down. But you're right, he hits that hole so fast. Busby does.
Yeah, a lot more north and south. A little quick hitter. Just a little off tackle. Stop me if you've heard this before. You see the puller. Now Gordon having to play a lot closer to the line of scrimmage right now.
Tackle by Gordon there. 3rd down and less than 1. Scottsbluff 2 for 8 on third down conversions. Here is Busby. He's got the first down to the 5.
You kind of ask what's different. It's the sense of urgency running the football, not as much dinking and dunking and poking and plotting. Much more north and south. That's the Busby that I saw on film.
Yeah, he's putting a foot in the ground and turning it up pretty quickly.
And there's just not the horizontal run game. Just not going to be there tonight.
We haven't seen him try to get to the corner yet on this drive. And this time it's Harsh, and Harsh with a good carry. Steps around a couple of would-be tacklers down to the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Bearcats. Trying to pull back to within 7.
And big, strong frame. Little sidestep. Little Fred Astaire there.
Tackle again made there by Gordon.
Get the sense anybody with the first name Sebastian has a chance to be a good dancer. Excellent footwork right there.
2nd down and goal. Busby is hit right in the hole. It looks like Heffron maybe led the way there.
Yeah, Ryan Emanuel maybe. Yeah, there he is.
Yep, Ryan Emanuel.
Off the bottom of that pile.
Ryan Emanuel with a nice tackle there and a stop. You know, Ryan Emanuel's a pretty good baseball player as well.
Yeah, they just plug and play there at Omaha Skutt.
That's right. Yeah. th play of the drive, nothing doing, and it's going to bring up 4th down and goal as that interior Skutt defense steps up. Heffron right there underneath the pile.
You have to be willing to utilize play action down here. Any sort of boot or drag game, you get the sense somebody will come wide open. I mean, Skutt is committed to stopping the run, and their edge table setting has been nothing short of fantastic tonight.
Here we go, 4th down. Goal to go from the 2. Busby in the backfield along with Harsh. Gives it to Busby, in there for the touchdown.
Well, that was impressive.
Great opening drive to start this 2nd half of play.
Got the shoulders rolled back a little bit and eyes up. Saw some heads down in the first half a little bit.
Busby already with 26 carries in the game, 98 yards after that touchdown. Extra point is up and through, and it's a 6-point game. Scottsbluff back to within a touchdown. They're in 3rd quarter action of this Class B state championship game. Busby sticks it in.
Mornings, late nights, emotionally, physically, mentally tougher. Generations of trust, innovation, and hard work done side by side. The decisions you make for your land and livestock have a direct impact on your operation, the region, and the world. That is why we're there when you need us anytime, every time. We both have one chance, one season, one mission. Tougher together. Aurora and you.
Nebraska's rich history of high school sports is alive at the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Interactive exhibits bring the action to life. Historic memorabilia preserve the rich heritage, recognizing teams, athletes, coaches, administrators, and community members. The Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame in the NSAA headquarters just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street in Lincoln. More at nebhalloffame.org.
And welcome back here to the Class B state championship game in Memorial Stadium. Skutt now 27-21. Sean Callahan joined here by NSAA Assistant Director Nate Newhouse. Nate, first of all, you've had some great games here, some great weather. You guys have to be really excited about how this year's games have gone off.
It's gone very well. Yeah, I appreciate that. Love the coverage. Love the attendance by all the fans that make it out to these games. The weather really did cooperate. We started out with a really good game last Friday out in Kearney with Wilcox, Hildreth, and Hay Springs in that 6-man game. We're excited to have that back under our umbrella.
Yeah, you guys added that underneath. I mean, was that a lot of undertaking to add another championship game? Now you have 7 for football.
We do have 7, and it's nice to have it back all under our umbrella. We have a lot of people that have a vested interest in it, those 6-man schools. are appreciative of our work. We worked with the six-man association. We didn't want to make a lot of changes. We just wanted to help with what they've already established, and I thought we did a really good job this year, and we had great feedback, so we look forward to do it a lot more times.
Nate, the other big thing this year for the rule change was the boy counter that really changed Class A, Class B, and Class C across the board for a lot of schools. What were your thoughts of just year one with the new enrollment rules for football?
It looked different. And I think we're maybe even a scheduling cycle away till we really know what it'll do to the landscape of football. I wouldn't be surprised if in a year or so maybe we start tweaking things a little bit. The membership will look at it. Maybe we need to change those numbers. Class B is really small. Some of the other classes are a little bigger. But it looks like it accomplished what they set out to accomplish.
Nate, great job with the events this year. Looking forward to more NSAA events here down the road.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for giving us some coverage, and enjoy it. Thanks.
All right, guys. Thank you. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Sean. And thank you to Nate Newhouse for spending a few moments with us. Does a great job with these football championships.
Really good friend of mine. Passionate about the game. He's smart. Works pretty hard.
Would he say the same?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. All right, so on first down, here is Epperson with the carry. Spins out of a tackle at Epperson right where he left off in the second quarter with a gain of 12.
Yeah, for those that haven't paid much attention to Omaha Skutt this year and seen Jared Epperson, this isn't really new. He's gonna, right now, he's staking a claim for some all-state, super state honors. There are some very good running backs. Epperson really trying to make his case and do it and garnering a state championship potentially.
Well, just based on what we've seen here in this championship game thus far, we haven't seen anyone better. There he is. Nope, that's fullback yet. Legal with the carry.
Just enough to keep you honest. Just a little quick hitter. Really have to be sound schematically along that D line because Skutt will find you.
Gain of 9 by Tommy Legal. Legal carry for 339 and 3 touchdowns on the year. Just enough to spell Epperson and open him up. Second down and 1. There is Epperson. Just the balance there right at the point of attack. Breaks a tackle, then breaks another.
Boy, watch this fit in the run game. Just the collision. Boy, you better bring it all. I'm talking about all the coaching cliches. The hard hat, the lunch pail, your lunch, the long day at the office. What else you got for me over there, LP?
They are bringing it. There is no doubt. They can use the ball.
I don't like him. I'm going to get him out of the way.
Going up top, across the middle, pulled down. What a grab in the middle of traffic by Ty Gordon. Wow, what a catch.
In a game like this, what do you need playmakers to do? That is make plays. What I would call maybe an ill-advised throw, or maybe not. He knows where his, listen, that's the hooper in him. The high point, the hands, the body control in front, in between 3 defenders. That's the consummate no, yes.
Right. 1 man in the pattern, 3 men on him, pulls it down.
He's a phenomenal athlete. Throwback, 3-sporter, and more than good at all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Epperson here with the carry, inside the 10, down to the 8.
More than good would be my equivalent to better than good, much like my mathematics. I am sharp tonight.
Speaking of better than good.
Oh, a little midline.
McCormick follows it in. Good carry by McCormick down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. It looks like they can get a first down.
Puts a lot of pressure on your outside linebacking core with this defensive philosophy, because Harsh has to be good at the point of attack and make the play.
Third down and 2 from the 3. Here's the give to Epperson. Bobbles it, keeps it alive. Did he crash before he fumbled? He did. Touchdown, Epperson. And that puts him over 200 in the game. He bobbled it initially, regained control, crossed the line, and then, I believe, fumbled. Regained control, crossed, and then fumbled. That's a good call.
Well, I might need a different view of that one. That was tough. You almost need the view, the across the goal line view, but you know you don't get replay in high school, so it's a moot point.
I would say just based on where the ball came out, it looked like he was well over before he lost it. He certainly did not have control initially. Regained control. Looked to me like he crossed the goal line, and we're going to go for 2 here. Extended to a 14. Here is Epperson in there for the 2-point conversion. And that will extend it to a 2-touchdown lead for Skutt. And wow, has Epperson been good.
You may be right.
Appreciate that, thank you.
I'm not committed to it.
35-21, and look at this.
Yeah, if nothing else, whatever teams you're looking at, you know that he's a good football player, and he's got to make your all swag team too. He is not short on confidence, and he is a gamer. He's just that's been his MO all night. He embraces the challenge.
You know, Damon, usually when you see someone of Epperson's ability in their senior year, you've heard of them, you know, in their junior year, they're coming on playing well, but he has really just come out of nowhere here in his senior year and just looks terrific.
Yeah, he does. Outstanding football player.
Return back to the 20-yard line on the carry by Reif Schneider. And so now Scottsbluff will try to answer. How about this, Damon? We've had a third quarter with 2 drives in it, and we have 23 seconds left.
The clock is not going to be Scottsbluff, friend. 2 offenses, although Skutt will get you. They'll convince you that the philosophy is different. They are not a quick strike offense, but they have big play players. You know, you're not supposed to have toss and power and counter and trap. Go for 40.
Harsh back in the shotgun. Reif Schneider was in motion. He looked that way, did not get him. And it looks like maybe a cramp on the field after the sack. It brought down by, didn't get a number there, but certainly he's grabbing like it's a cramp. And that's,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's a 6 and a 1 down there.
Yeah. I think it's Ryan Emanuel.
It usually is.
No, that's a 6 and a 2. That's Sam Heffron.
Well, that was my next guess.
Second guess, yeah, right. One of those 2 guys.
They've been unbelievable tonight.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I mean, as a pair.
Now, this Wednesday on NET World, Big Red Wrap-Up moves to a special time due to high school football championships. You can join Andy Kendi, who will be in for Kevin Kugler and guest as they look ahead to Friday's game against Iowa. You're not going to want to miss it. A recap of the Michigan game, the big Nebraska win on Big Red Wrap-Up NET World on Wednesday night at 8. And they'll replay it on NET at 10 o'clock.
Is there such a thing as warm pickle juice?
Pickle juice, I've heard.
Well, it's probably not cold enough to need it warm, but
you just mean,
you know,
pickle juice obviously to avoid the cramp,
for a soothing effect.
Got it. Okay, to warm you up a little bit.
We're not as tough as you. Probably like that cactus juice. Get you some needles.
Sportsmanship is the golden rule of sports. You should always treat others the way you want to be treated.
Let the coaches coach, the referees ref, the fans cheer, and the players play.
The memories you make now will last a long time, but the lessons you take away will last a lifetime.
Right here and right now, I want all of you to decide. What kind of impact are you going to leave today?
NET Television expands your mind, enlightens your mind, inspires your mind, educates your mind, entertains your mind. NET Television opens up new worlds to you. Explore, travel, learn, discuss, debate. NET Television keeps you informed. Music, theater, dance, art, news. NET Television awakens your dreams, seeks to serve, strengthens our communities. We are Nebraskans. We are NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
And you see Sam Heffron going to the sidelines still with that cramp. Oh, those are painful. You feel that one, don't you?
They're debilitating.
Oh.
Lock you up. Kind of a preventative guy. I'd probably had half a jar, you know, at a time, or salt tablets, even on a cold night, or a cool night, I should say.
Let the clock run out on quarter number 3. When we come back, our final 12 minutes before we crown champ in Class B. We'll have it on NET.
Pride of place is more than just a saying. It's a movement, driven by a desire to achieve and the unwavering faith of the fans. Like a town and its team, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Hi everyone, the NET production remote truck is on location ready for another live sports broadcast. Here's your invitation to join the NET Sports Partners Club and help ensure that the great sports we all love continue on NET. College athletics like Husker volleyball and baseball, and all the great high school sports state championships like girls and boys basketball, soccer, and more. Go online or give us a call right now and become a member of the NET Sports Partners Club.
Of the Skyhawks, players and
there is a summary of what's happened as we begin fourth quarter action. You see Harsh's numbers. Look at on the right, Jared Epperson. 15 carries, 202, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's not a typo, and it's a big boy defense he's doing it against.
How about Gunnar Ott?
Yeah.
Tackles, 6 solos.
What'd I tell you off camera before we started this game, man? I was talking to Sean Callahan downstairs. I said, you know who I'm a big fan of? Gunnar Ott is a heck of a player.
Yeah. And Garrett Nelson's had a big game too. Well, he plays with the motor, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's an interesting choice to play him along the D line. He's such a good runner hitter. Maybe I'd like to see him move around a little bit.
How do you think he translates at the next level?
Well, based on the two guys that were in attendance, he is somewhere on the second level in a 2-point stance, whether he's inside or outside.
Third down and long here for the Bearcats. An important drive if they hope to get back into this. Under pressure, pulls it down and he'll run it, spins out of one, dives forward, and he's going to be about a half-yard short of the first down.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see the punt unit go.
Nope.
This is must-have. You'll send power personnel. They only brought 4, but still managed to get pressure. But Harsh understanding what's at stake.
Fourth down and about 8 inches.
It's either Busby power or quarterback counter.
Stop to the backfield, nothing doing. Shooting through there in the gap and breaking up the play was Van Dyke, and then cleaned up by that interior line led by Matt Freet.
Omaha Skutt already good up front and really good when they know what's coming.
Yeah, Freet right there to shut it down. Big play by that big man. And now they're really going to have to Come up big here defensively. Come up with a stop right now.
And now's the time you start peeking over at the clock. Down 2 scores with 10:48 to play.
Heavy dose of Jared Epperson on the way. Right after they give it to Matt Legal, or Tommy Legal, I'm sorry.
Oh, this good old-fashioned dive. Fullback dive.
Gain of 5, third down, second down and 5 now.
I formation power run game. Coach Lamanji once told me, I asked him why he ran the 4-4 defense. He says it's important to coach what you know. You think Coach Turman doesn't know high formation football?
Epperson inside the 20, down to the 18. That's enough for a first down. This could be a drive to salt it away for Skutt. They're going to chew clock here. Could open up a 3-touchdown lead.
I don't even think this isn't a gas tank issue with Scottsbluff. They're in good shape. It's just a really good offensive and defensive line they're seeing. Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
flag, and that's going to be called on Heffron.
Yeah, 2 guys that will push the envelope. Delzer is one and Heffron is the other.
That's a leader there. You see Jared Epperson pulling him away, saying, let's go, let's reset, get started again.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense.
Yeah, two guys whose tank rev on high.
Here it is right at the bottom.
I tell you, we could hand out a couple of Oscars tonight. There was a show, maybe not as dramatic, but hey, listen, at Scottsbluff, anything you can do, we can do better.
Well, you're right about the 2 guys with the motor there, though. It was Heffron and Reifschneider. And Reifschneider's the one who...
Was that Reifschneider? I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a 9. That wouldn't have surprised me at all as Jeremiah Delzer.
Yeah, well, Reifschneider's the one.
Hey, he's right there.
No, you're right. It was, check that, it was Delzer. You're right.
Cut that up, use that in the promo. Larry said I was right.
And the toss back to Epperson, breaks the tackle, and in for the touchdown. Looked like the pass came from Gordon, 33 yards, and the touchdown. It was.
He finds a way to get out through the traffic. Gosh, he had to clear Blake Anderson, who was in the way. And much like we've seen tonight in the open field, failing to get Epperson to the ground.
And boy, do you see Garrett Nelson lay the hit on Gordon at the end of the play?
Yeah, he was coming.
He drove him.
Well, I tell you, between Freet and Heffron and Stump and Emmanuel and Anderson, just revolving doors along that D-line.
There's a flag on the play here, and you see Epperson pleading a case. We'll see what the call is.
That was the I don't want to hear it look. Did you see that? Kind of like you need to tell your kids when they're little. Yeah.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 4 on the offense. The penalty assessed on the kickoff, result of the play, touchdown.
Yeah, he's been close all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is something else, boy.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Really? That's what you call?
Of all that he's at it again. Look at him out there.
He's pointing to the crowd. He's pointing to his fans. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I get Turman being upset. I mean, you know, act like you've been there before. I get it.
He said, okay, coach, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can I have a hug? Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Oh, my.
I'm sorry, coach.
All right, let's go back.
Do you still love me?
Let's do our trivia here. Try to re-ingratiate ourselves to the officials. It's now time for NSAA Championship Trivia. Be the first to email us the correct response. Actually, here was the question we asked you. Who holds the NSAA Class B football record for longest field goal in a playoff game? And sometimes we try to fool you a little bit. There's actually two answers. One of those is Ryan Larson of Scottsbluff in '99, a 49-yard field goal against Alliance, but also Alex Schiefelbein did it for Elkhorn in 2016 against Norris. So there were two possible answers, but Brian Kesting of Carroll, Nebraska got it right. So Brian, we're sending you a t-shirt size extra large from the state high school championships. So Skutt has opened up the 21-point lead with 9:08 to go.
Boy, that was a classic exchange for a guy from Coach Turman who likes discipline. I could hear the hey now. Kind of how our producer talks to us when we get a little out of hand. Hey now.
On the return, here's Rafe Schneider.
I'd have liked to have seen him in the open field a lot more. He was really good on film. Added a different dynamic to this offense. Haven't seen him as a pass catcher really yet tonight.
A good return out past the 44 for Rafe Schneider. Now 9:03 to go here in this fourth quarter. Skutt on top by 21. Looks down the field under pressure and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. The pressure coming off the edge by Sam Holman. And Sam Holman comes up with the tackle. Also there was TJ Skradsky to clean it up. Second down and 10. Give here to Busby. And a few times we've seen Busby be able to get an edge.
Yeah. As fast as he is, just not used to this team speed, sideline to sideline, that he's seen from Omaha Skutt tonight. Just good sound team defense. Electric against Roncalli.
367 yards rushing, a postseason Class B record. Harsh leans forward, he'll be stopped shy. That'll bring up fourth down for Scottsbluff. Jumbo package coming in on fourth down and 2.
That'd be tough to play quarterback in this offense. You're asked to do a lot. You turn around and you play good defense.
Fourth and 2. Harsh will keep, and Harsh gets a first down. Yeah, terrific job. First down on the carry by Sebastian Harsh. That'll keep the drive alive. We are at the 7:30 mark here in this fourth quarter. We had 19 total drives in the first half. Here in the second half, this is the fourth drive of the second half. Going downfield. Tipped away, nearly intercepted by Jacob Christen. And once again, a step was had by Rafe Schneider.
You take a look at the concept of Scottsbluff's passing game is primarily done through deception, right? They show you the same formation, and get a guy out to climb on top of you. That actually hit his helmet first.
Yeah. Right through both hands and off the helmet. Second down and 10. Busby motions out. Good toss by Harsh, complete. I'll bring up third down and short on the completion. Jeremiah Delzer on the catch.
Yeah, just deceptive. Not exactly open, but threw it a little behind him, allowed him to kind of sit down in that soft spot. 2 downs to make 1 here.
Will keep it, gets outside, he's going to get a first down. Puts his shoulder pads down, drives forward through a couple of defenders, and a nice gain by Sebastian Harsh.
Well, he is a load.
Hassenstab took him on.
Coach, I wanted to kind of see him in person and gauge the size. And, well, he is as physical as advertised.
6'3", 220. Just a junior.
Yeah. They start quite a few juniors. I think Cloud's a junior. I think Mogg is just a sophomore. I know Couch is a junior. Dyke is a junior.
Diolis, backup running back, is a junior. Tight end. There he goes, getting vertical. Look out! Busby in there for the touchdown. Got to the corner, got the shoulder square, and he was gone.
Yeah, they are not. You know, I see Skutt's defense talking to Max Brinker. Not to put him on Front Street. Watch Brinker come clean and run right by it. And he'd set the edge. I think they're expecting him to make that play. Look, unblocked. It's all, you know, it's almost like he came so free.
Yeah.
He caught himself off guard, and Busby made him pay.
Extra point, no good. 42-27 now with 5:49 to go.
What you don't want to do is give 6 a crease. Got 100-meter titles under his belt.
134 rushing on the night. There's the drive, 9 plays, 56 yards, and that 24-yard carry by Busby is long of the night. Busby, 30 carries, 134, and 3 touches.
It's been tough sledding.
Scottsbluff made these state championships back-to-back years in 1999 and 2000. Runner-up in both of those. This their first trip back to the finals since 2000. It's been 18 years, hoping to take home that school's first ever title. We had that happen in our first 4 games of these state high school championships. First 4 teams that played in classes D2, D1, A, and C2 all won that school's first ever title. Ford had a chance to do it earlier. And Skutt with the Scottsbluff the opportunity here tonight. Onside kick. Covered by Skutt.
Had the hands team ready to go. College or high school rules came into play a couple years ago. You can only can't go more than 6 to one side now. One side or the other of the kicker, I should say.
Yep. Can't overload a side.
No.
Right. Go down and put somebody on blast and hope somebody recovers it behind the ball.
And those days are over. Trying to make the game safe.
Yep.
That little limp from McCormick? He had it earlier, and then the way he was spinning it, he probably forgot about it.
So Skutt offense back on the field, and here is Epperson again. Gain of 4 yards on first down for Jared Epperson. 2,059 yards coming into this game, and tonight alone he's over 200. Numbers for Epperson. Look at that, 211 rushing, 77 receiving.
Look at the yards per touch. We haven't really, I mean, the last time we kind of saw a performance like this on this stage with the versatility was probably Wyatt Mazur.
Yeah, right.
Who would be a good comp.
Yeah, yeah. Runs low, tough to bring down.
Might have a little better top end speed.
Yep, yep. Yeah, Epperson has better top end speed, right? Or you mean Mazur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Epperson.
Well, when we saw Mazur on that stage, remember, he had the bad ankle, so it was hard to gauge his straight ahead speed.
Well, Mazur was just so compact and difficult to bring down and shifty. He had that quick one cut and gone. Let's go down in the field. Sean Callahan thinks he knows something about Mazur.
Well, people forget Mazur was a quarterback too.
Yeah.
I mean, he could throw it, and there was actually a play in the game this year for Nebraska, a trick play that went dead, but they were going to let Wyatt Mazur throw the ball because I guarantee you nobody on their scouting report had that down, that he could get out there and throw the ball on a little reverse. So he was an all-around kid that could almost do it all for Boone Central.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the play tonight of number 4, Jared Epperson. Yeah, it just continues to grind away, right?
Right.
There he goes to the house for his first touchdown of the game. Then the little wheel route out of the backfield, sticks that foot in the ground, makes a move.
Yeah, he gives you what we call the dead leg.
And then on the throwback, another touchdown.
It's a complete night's worth of work right there.
Here's Epperson again. He's going to go again. Epperson, touchdown, Skutt. What a night for Jared Epperson. 38 yards in his rushing total now, up around 250.
Another chunk run. Now, he's had some great individual effort, but that one, how about the bigs up front?
Yeah, untouched. 260 total yards on 20 rushes tonight for Epperson. You talked about making a case for Super State honors. He's done it here tonight. Kick is wide, no good.
I mean, he came in with 2,059 yards.
Yeah.
34 total touchdowns.
Right. We shouldn't. Maybe that doesn't need to make the case.
Yeah, it's. I don't have to sell that. It's more like, you know, who else belongs with.
Yeah.
Just the nifty footwork. There's the dead leg. He puts it right in the dirt, gets back vertical. He's just on top of you so quick. And a much calmer Jared Epperson. To be a fly on the wall of that initial conversation, Coach Turman asked him about the unsportsmanlike.
And he stuck out a hand and shook Coach's hand. I hear you, Coach. Let's go down to the field to Sean Callahan.
Guys, I'd love to know the history on how many 2,000-yard backs there are that weren't a starter the year before at running back in Jared Epperson. It's pretty remarkable. He was an outside linebacker starter for them a year ago. But Matt Turman, a very loyal guy to his senior players, had a very good senior back last year. So it was a kind of wait your turn deal for Epperson to get that job. And now he's the first 2,000-yard rusher in Skutt's history.
Yeah, now 2,300-yard rusher. 2016.
Well, you talked about it. You know, we went back and checked the 2 deep a year ago. Nowhere to be found.
Nope. Halfback pass, fired downfield, intended receiver. It was harsh out of the backfield after the toss, incomplete. Diolis let this one go.
Yeah, page out of the New England Patriots Tom Brady book, except much better. Going to get a ball in the air. Arch, a heck of an athlete. Tom can just as soon throw it for 4,000. He doesn't need to worry about his receptions as good as he is.
Kristen was there to break that up for Skutt.
Yeah, so what else is new, right?
Yep.
How many times have you said that?
He had a great interception to lead off the game. On the screen. Oh, what a great play staying home. Van Dyke with the tackle. There was room there if Van Dyke doesn't make the play.
Yeah, he doesn't make this tackle. We're going to get into a foot race here. He goes back to his right. There's a lot of real estate. Gordon says, nah, not so fast. That's the play that Skutt's defense was upset about.
Yeah, Brinker's like, I'm not going to miss it twice in a row.
Same stunt, same run action.
I heard you. Timeout taken by Skutt. Brings up 4th down and 12. Timeout by the Bearcats, excuse me. 4th down and 12, 3:57 to go. Commanding 21-point lead here for Skutt Catholic. What a great job Matt Turman has done with this Skyhawks program. 16th year as a head coach. Sparkling 140-45 record. Has Skutt in the state championship game for the 5th time in 6 years. They won it back-to-back years. In 2013 and 14, they were not down here. In 2015, they lost in the semifinals. And they made it back down here in 16 and 17. Runners up in both of those years. Incomplete on 4th down. And here he has him back here again in 2018. And just 353 away from another state championship, which would be the 4th for Skutt.
Yeah, you know, they budget to get the charter to come to Lincoln at Omaha Skutt. Nothing you want to take for granted. I don't think Coach Turman for 1 minute does. It is hard to win.
Looks like Jared Epperson's evening may be done. Hassenstab is in there at running back now. They'll give it to Tommy Legal, and Legal with a gain of 3. Hassenstab, who is a senior and the backup running back for the Skyhawks, getting an opportunity here. There is a give to Hassenstab. Back inside. Get him about 2 on the play, down to the 10-yard line. Time continues to tick away, but now we have clock stopped. Timeout taken by the Bearcats. That'll be the third and final timeout for Scottsbluff.
It's a hard playing unit tonight. They ran into a buzzsaw. Wait, Epperson.
All right. And flag him for that. That's fine.
What?
One before, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, he is wild.
There's some.
We're going to have to get inside of that.
He and Joey White are enjoying their time over there. So McCormick trots back out, the senior quarterback for Skutt.
Thought he had a little hitch in his giddy up early.
Yeah.
Tough kid. Tough start.
Great bounce back there. There is Hassenstab with the carry. Nothing there for Hassenstab. He'll be shut down. That'll bring up fourth down.
It's hard to explain to people that are out here playing what it's like if you just stay the course. You hang in there just a little bit longer than your opponent. You just have to train in such a way where time's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's just
somebody's going to break.
That's a microcosm for life, my friend. Sometimes you just got to hang in there.
Ominous start, right? The
find a way to weather. Yeah,
the bobbled snaps.
They're going to get the snap off, and they take a timeout. Timeout taken by Skutt on 4th down and 8. 2:23 to go here in this Class B state championship game. Good opportunity for you to go online and order a copy of these state high school championships from the Nebraska School Activities Association. And if you would like a DVD of tonight's game, just call us at 800-868-1868. There's another way as well. You can go online at netnebraska.org/sports. Follow the prompts, and for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling, you'll have a copy of these state high school football championships, and specifically this Class B game, or any of the 6 games that we've had. Jumping off sides was Mokiak. That'll
dead ball, encroachment.
Makes it about a, what, 4th and 3?
5-yard penalty, 4th down.
They'll call it 4. Give up the middle. Nothing there for Tommy Legal on 4th down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Boy, Harsh just in there continuing to battle. He will rest easy tonight.
And it looks like wholesale changes here for the Skyhawks defensively. Zach McCobb, Blake Brummer now in there in that interior front for Skutt. And look out, because he could go. Here goes Busby on the far side. Busby, can he outrun him? They got the angle. Busby cuts back, still on his feet. Busby tripped up at the 15-yard line. What a run by Chris Busby.
There's getting back vertical right away, then the bounce.
Yep.
And then it just turns into a foot race.
That puts Busby over 200 yards, 76 yards on the carry. 2:05 for Busby in the game. And here's Harsh.
I don't know how often you'll see a football team have a running back go for 200 plus and it still be a 3-score game. That almost doesn't sound right. Usually you run the ball like that. And I know where it came in the course of the game, but He'd had 140 up until that point, which is still a good night's worth of work.
2nd down and 2. Must be again. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Quickly up over center. Trying to preserve time here as it's at 125 and ticking. Must be stacked up there inside the 5-yard line. Second down and goal to go here for Scottsbluff. Great run this year for the Bearcats. Made it here to the state championship game behind the junior quarterback and the running of senior running back Chris Busby.
Garrett Nelson. And
Nelson with a great season. 3rd down and goal. And Busby's not going to get in. Play made by Sam Holman.
A lot of tired bodies down there now.
Underneath the pile, Zach McCaw. 4th down and goal. Here's Busby again, and McCaw again. Going to make the play. Holman wraps him up on 4th down, and they'll turn it over on downs. One snap, and that should do it.
Pretty complete football team right there.
Played well tonight.
Showed you the vertical passing game, the power run game. Really good defensively. Really sound defensively.
Back out there to take the final snap is the senior quarterback, Ryan McCormick. Tommy Legal carries it, and that will do it. After back-to-back years of finishing runner-up, they're now state champs again. The Skutt Skyhawks win the title.
Third time's a charm for that senior bunch.
Final here in this Class B state title game, 48-27. Skutt led by Jared Epperson's 260 yards on the ground. When we come back, medal and trophy presentations on NET.
Watch NCAA volleyball on NET Sports. Maryland versus Nebraska Huskers. Saturday night, November 24th at 7 Central on NET.
NET supports those who have driven miles of Nebraska highways. Those who have paid their share of admission fees. Those who have worn their school colors faithfully. Those who have practiced, practiced, practiced. And those who have stood on the sidelines. NET supports those who have supported Nebraska high school athletes.
If you enjoy jazz, cool and hot, standards and pop, don't miss the sensational Grammy-winning trumpeter Chris Bodie here with some of the best in the business to create sheer musical magic. For the best in jazz, look for the Chris Bodie Band in concert on great performances.
Friday night at 9 Central on NET.
Coverage of the 2018 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, Constellation, the Nebraska Soybean Board, Nebraska Methodist College, Aurora Cooperative. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back at Memorial Stadium, the final of the Class B state championship game, 48-27. Skutt is your state champion. Now time for medal and trophy presentations. We'll start with the runners-up, the Bearcats of Scottsbluff. Let's go to our public address announcer, Rich Broderson.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller, NSAA Board of Directors Dr. Bob Resnicek from Boys Town, Kathy Wieskamp from Lincoln Public Schools, and U.S. Bank Representative Dolores Terway. Here are the awards for runner-up, Scottsbluff High School. Head coach Joe Benson and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Spencer Sheff. Number 2, Cameron Geary. Number 3, Josiah Diolis. Number 4, Sebastian Harsh. Number 5, Brandon Hernandez. Number 6, Christopher Busby. Number 7, Caden Bradley. Number 8, Jerry Escamilla. Number 9, Blake Wilson. Number 10, Brett Hill. Number 11, Gavin Wheeler. Number 12, Jacob Krull. Number 14, Perez Magdaleno. Number 16, Caden Shoemaker. Number 17, Connor McCracken. Number 20, Evan Hegum. Number 21, Ethan Hawley. Number 23, Garrett Nelson. Number 24, Jacob Huck. Number 25, Azel Mendoza. Number 26, Calvin Fleming. Number 27, Maxwell Gishiyama. Number 30, Jack Darnell. Number 32, Ian Reichschneider. Number 33, Luke Rohr. Number 35, Caleb Walker. Number 36, Alexander Galindo Longoria. Number 38, Kobe Carizales. Number 39, Jeremiah Delzer. Number 41, Placido Rodriguez. Number 45, Anselmo Camacho. Number 50, Terrence Mokiak. Number 52, Brandon Larson. Number 54, Brian Galindo. Number 55, Samuel Clarkson. Number 56, Colby Crow. Number 57, Carson Melkai. Number 58, Brighton Dyke. Number 59, Lawrence White. Number 60, Raymond Palmer. Number 61, Jordan Hort. Number 63, Ty Core. Number 64, Nathan Harms. Number 65, Tyler Couch. Number 67, Daniel Helgen. Number 68, Brayton Kravnicek. Number 71, Tyler Smith. Number 72, Joseph McLeod. Number 73, Nick Mogg. Number 74, Ethan Smith. Number 75, Jackson Eskim. Number 80, James Bruner. Number 82, Kevin Price. Number 84, Brock Nicott. Number 89, Andy Pham. For these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2018 NSAA Class B State Football Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Scottsbluff High School.
Well, congratulations on a terrific season. What an accomplishment just to get here to Memorial Stadium and have an opportunity to play on this field for a state championship, and they should be proud of that 10-2 record and taking home that trophy back to Scottsbluff.
And valiant effort. Again, I said it, they ran into a buzzsaw tonight known as Omaha Skutt.
Let's go back to Rich Broderson for more medals.
And now to the champions, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School. Head coach Matt Turman, we have a special award for you. Coach Turman and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Number 2, Nick Chambers. Number 3, Grant Bertucci. Number 4, Jared Epperson. Number 5, Alex Van Dyke. Number 6, Drew Racy. Number 7, Josh White. Number 8, Owen Archer. Number 9, Eric Gorecki. Number 10, Ryan McCormick. Number 12, John Myers. Number 13, Seth Johnson. Number 14, Alex Naran. Number 1, Joey White. Number 16, Michael Poulsen. Number 17, Grant Reeves. Number 18, Tyson Gordon. Number 19, Jaden Arkfeld. Number 20, Grant Deasing. Number 21, Mitchell Scoville. Number 22, Jacob Christen. Number 23, Jack Hassenstab. Number 24, Robbie Trout. Number 25, Jacob Liu. Number 26, Nick Lewisco. Number 27, Gunnar Ott. Number 28, Dominic Melrose. Number 29, Barrett Liebentritt. Number 30, George Zadillo. Number 31, Max Brinker. Number 32, Jack Keneally. Number 33, Jake Dennis. Number 34, Tommy Legal. Number 35, Alex Stodden. Number 38, Nolan Connor. Number 39, Will Haar. Number 42, Striker Schenkelberg. Number 43, Miles Hubert. Number 48, Tom Bargle. Number 50, Ryan Bullish. Number 51, Josh White. Number 52, Adam Lears. Number 54, Nolan Birch. Number 55, Dan Osborne. Number 56, Kevin Quinn. Number 60, Owen Smith. Number 61, Ryan Emmanuel. Number 62, Sam Heffron. Number 63, Brandon Roth. Number 64, Jacob Speidel. Number 66, Matthew Freet. Number 67, Zach McCaw. Number 68, Alex Stumpf. Number 70, Blake Brummer. Number 71, Jaden Schmaderer. Number 72, Sam Schuyler. Number 74, Blake Anderson. Number 75, Sam Homan. Number 77, Grant Saucier. Number 78, Alex Schumacher. Number 81, Andrew Fenner. Number 82, Jacob Walters. Number 87, TJ Skretsky. And number 88, Zach Hodge. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance is Vice President of Agencies, Andy Kraus. And now for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2018 NSAA Class B State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Omaha Skutt Catholic High School.
Congratulations to the Skyhawks. They are state champs in Class B, and what a performance in that second quarter. 27 unanswered to take that lead, and they didn't let up in the second half. Let's go down to the field. Sean Callahan is with the head coach of the Skyhawks, Matt Turman.
Coach Turman, your fourth state title here as a school. How special is this one tonight? Down 14-0, your kids fought back.
It's real special. You can just see the joy on these kids' faces, and they deserved it. I told them before the game that if you play for each other and you want it more for each other than you want it for yourself, we can do great things. And, you know, between the second and fourth quarters, we did.
Jared Epperson put on a clinic tonight, over 2,000 yards this season for you, I think the most ever in your school's history. What has he meant for your program, and how did he burst onto the scene like this as a senior?
Well, last year he played mostly on defense, and so he was kind of rotated in at I-back, and this year we just emerged as the I-back, and we didn't play him as much on defense, and it was probably a pretty good decision.
And then you look at your guys' program, 2 years in a row you guys got beat here. To get the redemption for these seniors tonight, how special is that for you?
Very special. They're a great group of kids. They worked really hard. They were on a mission all summer long. Actually, you know, after, you know, starting December of last year, when we got beat and kind of got it handed to us, they decided that they wanted to get some redemption, and they worked really hard to get to this point.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your fourth state championship at Skutt. Let's bring in some of these Skyhawk players now. Thank you, Coach.
Good, thanks.
All right, let's bring in running back Jared Epperson, showing off that new state championship trophy. You put on a show tonight. You guys were down 14-0. Was it easy how'd you keep your composure?
I mean, we haven't really been down much this season, but we know how to come back from it. We're a four-quarter team. We're not just one-half team, and we know how to get the job done.
Yeah, you got that first big run, and that kind of set things off. I mean, how did that play really spark you guys?
To be honest, I don't even know how that happened. I just kind of surfed over our right guard, Sam Heffron, and no whistle, and just kept running. And our team was they were ecstatic after that. We had our spark back, and we just kept rolling.
You were on the field here last year. You guys lost to York. I mean, just to get the win here tonight as a senior, what does this mean?
This is the best feeling in the world. I was also on the team that lost to Elk Salad too, so I lost 2 years in a row, and that's some of beauty right there. Silver is just not as fun.
Well, let's bring in Tyson Gordon now. Your state champ. He's got to get the trophy now too.
Yeah, it's real shiny.
Yeah, what does this mean, Tyson? You came up with one of the big interceptions, returned it for a touchdown, one of the big plays at Sparks. What's this championship mean?
Oh, it means everything. I mean, after last year, lost to York pretty bad, and then basketball, they took it to us, and it just means everything. I mean, I haven't put it into words yet. It's unbelievable what we've accomplished.
Yeah, just the off seasons for you guys the last 2 years coming up short, not only in football, but you mentioned basketball. How driven were guys to finish the job?
Oh, we were so driven. I mean, you can tell in the weight room, and this early summer, like morning workouts, they put their mind to it, and we just came out here and did it.
I got to ask you about the hair. I think it's been 5 or 6 years. Skutt players have always dyed there. Is this a playoff tradition now for Skutt Catholic?
Yeah. So when we won it back-to-back in 13 or 14, 13 was the first year that they did it, and it kind of worked for him. So that we've been keeping it going ever since. And we're trying to get Terman to do it, but he won't budge. He won't budge.
Congratulations on the state championship, guys. Skutt Catholic captures their 4th state championship here in school history.
All right, thanks very much, Sean. And there are your state champs in 2018 in Class B, the Skutt Skyhawks. And here are your champs over the last 2 days. We talked about it earlier, naming the first 4 all first-time champions. Ord, Scottsbluff had opportunities, but it's Aurora and Skutt winning those titles.
Yeah, really making the most of some opportunities for some first-timers, so it's always good to get the first one. And you know what, in a day and age of spread and throwing the football around the yard and dual threat quarterbacks, we saw some outstanding running backs in this Nebraska State football, this all-class deal here in Lincoln. It was a joy to watch.
I think you said it a couple of times. During these last 2 days, football is in a good place right now in the state of Nebraska.
It absolutely is. Individual talent level and coaching it appears to be trending up.
Well, that will do it for our high school football championship coverage here on NAT. Want to thank you so much for joining us over the last 2 days as we crowned 6 state champions right here on NAT. So one final time for Damon Binning, for Doug Duda, for Sean Callahan, I'm Larry Putney, and for our entire NAT Sports production crew. Thanks so much for joining us for these championships. We'll see you back here next time on NAT Sports.